Hey everyone, and welcome to Oh Shit. It's 2018, so it's time to do the 2017 ToonamiERA Awards. Because nothing interesting happened last year.
Nope.
Nope.
Not a damn thing.
Not in the realm of Toonami, nothing happened. Not in the realm of where we post, nothing happened. Nothing in the wider world happened. Nope.
Just completely normal year, just like 2015.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm Greg Zeno, the host for today. Today we have B-Dubs.
Hello.
C-Kohler.
Hey, guys.
Imperial Bishop.
Howdy. I'm glad to be back.
Soon to be maybe crackly Imperial Bishop? We'll see.
Oh,
No, you sound fine so far.
He'll be okay. Just believe.
And Seda.
Hooray.
Hooray!
yes.
He woke up this time.
we didn't have to bring out the box.
We still might need the box.
So, thanks to C-Kohler having nothing to do yesterday and way too much free time, we have super fancy category introductions for this time.
Yay.
Yay. So why don't we whip those out?
Oh. Well, first, how many categories do we have? Just give an overview.
Today, so we have these following categories today: Best Opening Theme, Best Promo, Best Soundtrack, Worst Moment, Best Moment, Worst Looking Show, Best Looking Show, Best Name, Best Dressed, Best Fight, Best Villain or Villain Group, aka the Phantom Troop So Good.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to win.
Worst Character. Best Character Male. Best Character Female. Best Cast. Biggest Disappointment. Best Surprise. Most Wanted New Show. Best Performance by a Voice Actor. Best Performance by a Voice Actress. Best Dub. Worst Show of the Year. And, of course, Best Show of the Year. So,
cool.
Buckle up, guys.
It's going to be a long one.
All right. So, C-Kohler, why don't you cue up the intro for Best Opening Theme?
All right, guys, here we go.
Best Opening of the Year. The nominees are Excellent Dynamic from Dragon Ball Super, from Dragon Ball Z Kai The Final Chapters, Bloody Stream from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, Stand Proud from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Into the Sky from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn Re 0096, Departure Second Version from Hunter x Hunter, Departure Third Version from Hunter x Hunter, Sign from Naruto Shippuden, formerly transparent world from Naruto Shippuden. Diver from Naruto Shippuden. We are 10th anniversary version from One Piece. Season 5 intro from Samurai Jack.
Gotta get back. Back to the past. Samurai Jack.
Unravel from Tokyo Ghoul. Incompetence from Tokyo Ghoul. Dedicate your heart from Attack on Titan. Theme from Lupin the Third, from Lupin the Third Part 4. Rage of Dust, from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. And finally, Through the Night, from Outlaw Star.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
There we
good.
go.
Now, quick question.
Wow.
Do these have to be nominated, or is it just all of them?
It's all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're
This
just
is
going to
probably
cut
gonna be
through all
one
of
of
them.
the. It's probably gonna be one of the toughest categories.
I already know what the top 3 is going to be.
I know what my pick is. So what do we want to do first? Do we want to just go around in a circle and just kind of nominate which one we want to cut first? Like which
Yep,
one is
that's
clearly
how it's
wanted?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'll start with the first cut. Remember how there was an audible chuckle when we heard Incompetence was the name of an opening for Tokyo?
Yes. That was me. I'm
That is
sorry.
Yeah.
That's the least song of all these songs.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
we should
that-
cut this one first.
Yeah. No arguments there.
It's basically an ending theme. It
Yeah.
feels more like an ending theme.
Yeah.
Visually, too.
Plus, it just feels like a state of mind for the show.
Confidence is the description.
Yeah. That's. Oh, this is what we're about to watch.
B-Dubs, make
so
a cut.
fitting.
I love Samurai Jack, but I got to go with that. It's not much of an opening. I mean, it's awesome. It tells you exactly what you need to know about the show, but it's not a song. It's just, Jack being incredibly sad, and it works, but I think there's better. It's not an opening song.
I don't know why they couldn't use the original opening, but a remix version of it,
I get why they didn't, but at the same time, I think I just got to say it's got to go.
I agree.
I guess if anyone wants to fight for one of these, I guess they should just speak
Yeah,
up.
that's-
Otherwise, we'll cut it.
C-Kohler, make a cut.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. Well, it's already starting to get a little harder.
Yeah.
No, it's not. There's clearly one show that we hate.
I know, but that opening isn't bad. It's not terrible. I would
That's
say,
the problem.
geez, how about, I think honestly, Into the Sky from Gundam Unicorn. I love Swano, but that's a pretty mediocre opening.
Yeah, he's definitely done better work. I think that's a fair cut.
I don't think it's going to be in anyone's top 3. So
Oh, I don't mean to break up anything right now, but didn't the Black Clover opening technically be in here?
Black Clover only showed 3 episodes,
So we're ignoring it.
So basically, Black Clover is not in any of the categories.
No, it's not.
Which that's fine.
Except if some people were like, Black Clover, biggest disappointment that they got back.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fair.
But show-wise, there's nothing that it was in the first 3 episodes that can't be dealt with next year.
We can cut it a little slack by just the fact that it hasn't aired enough yet.
Yeah.
It only barely hit the 3-episode rule. Seda, make a cut.
Diver, Naruto Shippuden. That's the third one. The main reason is I think the other 2 Naruto Shippudens are both better.
Yeah,
openings.
I agree. Even though I like Diver, but yeah.
Imperial Bishop, it's your turn.
Ooh, this is gonna be tough. The loop on the third theme, because it's not.
Stop.
No, that one grows on you.
Also,
I mean, I like it, but it's not the original one they used in the
actually,
Japanese version.
I was curious. Is the one you played the one we got, or the one we didn't get?
No.
It is not, and this is how I've kind of always done it. Is if they don't get an opening due to like licensing stuff, I still nominate like the actual original opening.
Yeah, the opening we heard was the actual theme, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Although I suppose the thing we got was the Italian version. Or no,
Yeah,
the
Italian cut.
Maybe we got the Japanese. So it's an actual like official. Is it?
Yeah, but it's not as good as this.
Well, that's the thing though. Like Dragon Ball Z Kai, we're not getting the original opening either. But I think a lot of us say that like Fight It Out, we actually kind of like. Even though it's not the Japanese one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a wishy-washy thing. I think these are just what we consider to be the opening, and there's not a hard and fast rule about it. Also, I think everybody should take into consideration too, in the back of their mind, what the visuals are for the opening.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the song. And Lupin has one of the best looking openings like ever.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
like the actual opening is fantastic.
It's a shame we couldn't get like the visuals.
Yeah, you'll have to just remember what they look like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I kind of want to fight for that one a little longer.
I don't want to cut that yet.
Okay, in that case, then cut Departure's second version, because it's
not as good as
basically the
first
same
version.
song. Even though I like the visuals for an art, but
Could we cut both Departures?
yeah. I mean, it's a good song, but it's the same song, just with minor twists.
Yeah, I think there's better.
Look, back up 1 second really quickly.
Okay.
Are we going to be doing like a winner and then like 2 follow-ups, like top 3 type of thing?
That's correct.
Okay.
So do we want to just cut both Departure versions?
Does anyone want to fight for Departure?
Departure is not in my top 3 personally.
Mine either.
I mean,
Not me.
it's an okay opening, but there's a lot of good ones here. So.
Yep. Cutting both Departures. Okay, it's back to me then. I'm actually going to cut Sign first because it's more of a last year opening, and I think the best Naruto opening from this year is 7, is Formerly Transparent World.
Right.
Yeah. I kind of want to fight it because I like Sign.
I think all 3 of the Naruto ones are really good, but I'm not going to put a
That's
wrench in
sort of
it.
the problem.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna fight it, even though I feel a certain way about Sign. I get a little bit nostalgic.
No, I get that.
B-dubs, it's back to you.
I think this is where we start getting into the hard choices. Because I don't think anything obvious is coming to mind at this point.
I mean, you have to make a something in your mind between the truly excellent and the just good.
Yeah, which is why I think I'm going to go with the Iron-Blooded Orphans theme. I can't remember. I like it, but it's not my top 3.
It's in my top 3.
Oh,
I think it's the third best Iron-Blooded Orphans opening so far.
Yeah, I'd say if somebody nominates something that it's in someone else's top 3, maybe try a different one.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. What do we have left at this point?
I think there's a couple of good ones I'm ready to cut, but this is your turn.
Yeah, I know. It's sort of like, shit. We cut both Hunter x Hunter openings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me think. I don't want to cut Lupin because I like that too much. I can't cut JoJo because that's JoJo. I want to go with the Dragon Ball Super opening. Yeah, I'm okay with Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I think so.
The fact that we get like an English version that is like really mumbly and all that doesn't help.
No, but I mean, even the original one in the original language isn't as good as sort of what I've got in my top 3.
Yeah, it's not. It's the you don't remember it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I mean, I remember the basic tune, but it's not something I'm gonna,
Yeah, it's
get
kind of
stuck
weak
in my head.
it's kind of weak compared to most of the shonen anime openings on here.
Yeah.
C-Kohler, make a cut.
Okay, I'm going to go with the We Are 10th Anniversary version. We Are is a great song. I think the remix that they did at the 10th anniversary is okay. But also the main reason I'd want to cut this one is because I think the animation in it is pretty crap. It's just them running on a beach, basically.
I sort of agree. Well, the animation in the first half, but yeah. I mean, the remix is not.
Is it going to be one of your top 3s?
No.
Not really, no.
This isn't the one where they have the actual VA singing it, so I'm not going to fight for this one.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but it's not top 3. So
yeah, that one was I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, if it was that one, I'd fight.
I don't. It's not in my. Oh, is it my turn? Oh, we cut that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do we have left? Let's. Now we're getting on to more difficult cuts. But so what would not be in my top 3?
How much do you like Unravel?
I really like it. I'm gonna stand for it.
Okay.
Really like it.
It's
good. Here's the thing. I didn't really watch that. Is that the second season Tokyo Ghoul opening?
No, Incompetence was that one.
Oh,
we cut that already.
That was the first one cut. Remember, that was the one where it's just like the fancy wannabe art house.
Is Unravel the one that sounds really emo and whiny?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Oh, how did I forget about that one? I should have cut that.
Cut it. I actually thought that was the one we cut already.
It's got
so did I.
It's got cool visuals. I will say.
No.
But...
Imperial Bishop, do you want to make a stand here?
I'm an inner edgelord, so I really like this. I really like this song.
Goddamn edgelord.
That's okay though.
I just find the vocals to be completely obnoxious.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna sing it, but yeah, I get kind of hype.
Is it Is it in your top 3?
Whatever. Oh wow.
Looking at what's there.
There's a lot of good openings in here.
Yeah, there's a lot of decent stuff left.
I will say that I don't think it's going to withstand the other 4 people.
Yeah. Oh. I'm really sacrificing it. I'll sacrifice it.
Okay.
The unfortunate reality of having to come to a consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point now where we're pretty much cutting someone's
top
song.
3. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we're going to wind up cutting anyone's number 1, but
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm used to it now.
Imperial, you can make the next cut.
Okay. I'm thinking about cutting Fight It Out but
I can let it. So let me say I kind of unironically love Fight It Out. It's so stupid, but I love it.
Wait, which one is that from?
Dragon Ball
the Dragon Ball Z one.
Oh yeah, no, get rid of that. I'm okay with that.
Wow, not even trying
that
to.
was my other choice.
It's definitely the most like whenever it plays, somebody in the thread will always sing along.
Yeah.
That's about its like biggest attribute. It's like, all right, fight
It's
it
more
out.
fitting as a Dragon Ball opening than Excellent Dynamic.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I'll say like it's like corny, but it kind of fits.
It's a good kind of corny.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's bad corny and good corny. This is good corny.
It's on the same level of like tone that the famous Dragon Ball Z opening is.
Yeah.
I mean, the Japanese version.
It's a hype song, but again, we've got to cut something.
So
maybe
it comes back to me.
Recap what we have left, just verbally.
Yeah,
sure.
Just so we know.
What we have left is Bloody Stream, Stand Proud, Formerly Transparent World, Dedicate Your Heart, the theme from Lupin the Third 2015, Rage of Dust, and Through the Night. So I think I'm going to go for the easiest cut here. I think I think this is a great Naruto Shippuden OP, but I don't think anyone's going to really fight for this one.
No, I will fight for it. You know, I'm the person who usually.
This is the one that's right.
Yeah, I'm like the most critical Naruto Shippuden person on this podcast right now, but I will fight for this opening.
What if we cut Through the Night instead?
If it would have got to my turn and that was still there, I was thinking of cutting that.
Which one's that from?
That's Outlaw Star.
Oh man, that's a tough one, but
it's a cheesy one though.
It is.
I'm gonna have to
kind of cheesy.
Which is why I'm okay with it getting cut, but at the same time, I very much like it.
I think it deserves major props for being by far the best cut opening on the block ever.
Yeah. I mean, damn.
Mm-hmm. But
they nailed that one. But I agree.
Already...
It's got nostalgia value, but it doesn't like make me. I can't wait to hear it.
And it's not on a level of nostalgia as like other like late 1990s openings like Tank.
And we've already established that basically cuts from here on out. Like we acknowledge that a lot of these OPs that are left are good,
are very good, yes,
and that people like them, we like them, but we have to make a cut. We have to draw a line.
I just don't think it can make top 3.
I agree.
Actually, I think I might want to cut Rage of Dust because a lot, but it seems a bit too.
Well, we can get to that. I mean,
yeah.
But do we want to cut Through the Night?
I'm okay with it.
I'll allow it.
Bishop, you can't fight for every single one of these left on the list. You have to give up sometimes.
Okay, I give up.
All right. B-dubs.
Yes. Okay, shit. We cut both Dragon Ball ones. That was going to be my next cut.
So we have to make
Outlaw Star. Cuts. Yes. Okay, Outlaw Star is gone. I'm definitely not going to cut the original Lupin opening because that's just fantastic.
Yeah, it was a sin that did not get aired.
Yeah, I mean that's
a suggestion.
That's my biggest disappointment.
Is there one of these that we all think is going to should be in the top 3?
Bloody Stream.
Bloody Stream.
I think, yeah.
I would vote for Bloody Stream to be in the top 3 for sure.
Yeah, I would too.
So yeah, there's a clear unanimous.
And also, just talking about visuals again, Bloody Stream not only is a catchy song, but has some good visuals. Like
wait, which one is that from? Is that the JoJo one?
That's JoJo opening too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Because I usually go by what show. Okay. Yeah. Did we cut Iron Blooded Orphans?
We have not yet.
It's like okay. Like I haven't like ordered this, but it's probably like my number 3 or so. So like I'm not gonna like fight for it really strongly if no one else likes it at all or not at all.
I mean,
I like it just fine. I also like the other 2 more.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that it's up there. It's like my number 4. Like if it's on someone else's 3, I'll back off and I'll say, I'm cool with it going another round.
It's not in my top 3.
It's not mine. I think maybe Sada's the only one who has it in his top 3, unless Bishop.
You mean the Iron Blood Orphans one?
Yeah.
It's not in my top 3.
Seda,
I like the song, but it's not.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
I got to do you. I got to do you bad.
Now it's Seda's turn.
This is the
And in
last
fact,
cut.
We only
isn't it?
have two. No, we have 2 more cuts.
Yeah, these are the hardest too.
If I could make a suggestion, I don't know that both JoJo OPs belong in the top 3.
Yeah.
I think one of those is definitely going to get cut.
And we have already said unanimously that Bloody Stream is there. So
I'm actually trying to remember what the Attack on Titan 2 season 2 opening is. I can't.
It's super high. Here.
I remember
the one part you know.
Hang on.
But it's
the
a
only part anyone
good
knows.
part.
Oh yeah, there's also the part with like the prehistoric animals or something.
Yeah. That's dumb. That's the only dumb
That's
part.
that's
sense.
dumb but very memorable.
No, I know. I remember that it's one of those weird things. Like I remember liking this opening, but it's like not earworm enough where I can hear it at will.
By the way, every single one of these openings is linked in this spreadsheet, so you can take a look at it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I do think the JoJo season 3, or I guess
Stardust Crusaders.
Opening probably it doesn't stand up to Battle Tendency. It's like Battle Tendency I think is probably better both as a song and visually. Like so.
I agree.
It's kind of a step down from Bloody Stream. So
it's the worst one. So it's worst makes it sound bad, but it's the least. It's the other 2 are better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's cut that. Okay.
So
last cut.
I guess at this point we should all just kind of come together and try to figure out which one of these remaining 3 is not making it into the top 3.
Right.
Okay.
If I had a choice, I would say Naruto Shippuden.
I would want to cut Dedicate Your Heart because I think it's a step down from the memorable first Attack on Titan opening. Even though it's got the Mimi ape titan running with the animals and the dinosaurs and the whale.
It's just stupid.
But the visual,
I like. Yeah, I like the Attack on Titan one, but I'm okay with cutting it.
I do have to almost wonder if we. I'm hesitant on how much consideration we give Lupin because it didn't air.
I think.
I mean, that's like
I think that's fair.
Think if we were going pure quality, it's in the top 3, and maybe even wins. But if we want to say maybe we should disqualify it, then that's fine.
I think if it actually aired, it easily wins this whole thing because it's like the total package. It's like the perfect opening. Like it takes the original theme and gives it sort of an Italian-y twist, and it's got the best animation. But it
has by far the best song of any of these openings.
Oh, definitely! Like it's the classic Lupin opening.
I wouldn't say it's got the best song. I would actually say the other way around. I said it's got the best animation of all these openings. But if you guys want to make a case for the fact that it didn't actually air on Toonami, I guess that's a good case.
Yeah, I think it's got to be disqualified for that and for nothing else. Otherwise, it'd probably win.
I know it's kind of sketchy. I kind of agree a little bit.
Like I personally want it to win out of everything we've heard, but if we do have to cut something, I think, in all fairness, it didn't technically air.
Yeah,
but honestly, I think we should. I think we should mark it down as the should have won but didn't because
honorable mention.
I'm marking it as pink.
Yeah, basically, technically this is the best song, but this is the best opening, but it didn't actually air, so we can't give it to it award.
So I think
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say I think the Naruto Shippuden did actually air once, so it's got that going for it.
Yeah. That's the thing.
The actual thing is that we did get an official Lupin the Third OP. It was just the weird Italian or Japanese one.
Yeah, I think it was the Italian version.
Yeah. So we got a real one.
It just wasn't good.
It just, sucked.
All right, so here's what I suggest for the last round here to pick best. I think each person should say which one they like the best, and then we'll just go by votes. How about that?
I think we should go through what's left first before, you know.
All right, so our top 3 are Bloody Stream, Formerly Transparent World, and Dedicate Your Heart. Out of these 3, I say Bloody Stream.
I'm going to go in agreement there. I think that's the one that sticks out in my head the most.
Count me in. It edges both of them. It edges out.
I can't deny it. I mean, I think it's definitely one of the most stylish.
Zeta?
All right, I stepped away for a second, so I'm not.
All right, which one do you think is best?
Best?
Yeah.
Probably Bloody Stream.
Okay, then it's unanimous.
So unanimous.
Bloody Stream is the best opening theme of 2017.
He didn't even get Zeta didn't even get peer pressured into that one.
Yeah, that was an organic agreement.
The runners-up are Formerly Transparent World from Naruto Shippuden and Dedicate Your Heart from Attack on Titan Season 2. And the actual winner in all of our hearts is Theme from Lupin the Third 2015.
Yes. I mean, absolutely.
But it was disqualified.
Because of unfairness.
I think my top 3 would basically replace Naruto with Gundam, probably. But the other 2 I agree with.
Which Gundam?
The Iron Blooded Orphans one.
Yes, okay. Not the one we cut really early on.
Yeah.
Curse you, licensing.
Curse you, licensing, for probably being the exact same reason why we didn't get that new show. Yet.
Oh, man.
Anyway, let's move into Best Promo.
All right, here we go.
That's a lot of promos.
Best Promo. Here are the nominations. January 2017 lineup. January 2017 Run the Jewels 3 edition lineup. March 2017 lineup. April 2017 lineup. June 2017 lineup. August 2017 lineup. October 2017 lineup. December 2017 lineup. 2017 Triple Premiere promo. Samurai Jack Final Season promo. Sandwhale and Me promo. One Piece Send-Off. Tokyo Ghoul Long promo. Attack on Titan Season 2 promo. Samurai Jack Finale Long promo. Lupin the Third promo. Dragon Ball Z Kai the Buu Saga promo. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders promo. Outlaw Star 2017 promo. Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans Season 2 promo. Black Clover promo. Panther Like a Panther. Exquisite Corpse. Fight or Flight. Outlands. And finally, Sometimes the Bad Guys Win speech.
All right, as a quick bit of housekeeping, I'm going to cut all of the lineup promos.
Nani?
Okay, that's fair.
So, don't really have a favorite lineup promo?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
No,
I think a lineup promo, like they're satisfactory. They get the job done. Like none of them are like. I mean, they're what you would want a lineup promo to be, but they change so often.
They have to be exceptional to be memorable.
Yeah. I remember the March 2017 promo was with Impact and.
Let me see what it. Let me look at it really quick and see if it jogs anything in me.
I would say mark all the rest of them off and maybe keep that one if we need it. But there are so many other good ones on here. I'm not too worried.
Yeah,
and also there's the March 2017 lineup promo, like the 20th anniversary run. Where they used the old classic Toonami text.
I don't think I linked to that version.
Oh shit.
But there were a lot of like secondary versions with minor changes. Honestly, for this category, there's so much stuff that nobody remembers that we should probably just choose what's in the top 3 instead of.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think Exquisite Corpse is in the top 3.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of these I don't like remember because how much.
Oh, I'm rewatching the March 2017 line right now. It has the Cars laugh. It has to stay in.
Well, I don't know that it can make top 3 though.
But looking through all the titles only, like the only one like I really remember is Exquisite Corpse. based on just the animation of it.
Yeah, that was like the 20th anniversary, like weird, crazy Tom thing.
Like, I don't even remember what the music was or anything, but I remember the animation of it, and like I think that has to be top 3, if not the top 1. So
yeah, it's going to be my vote for top 1. I will say another one that I thought was pretty good was the Attack on Titan season 2 promo. I'll give you guys a little backstory. It's pretty much voiceless. The whole episode is just very ominous and cool and well shot, and there's no dialogue at all until the very end, and it was pretty good for a show promo.
I think that Stardust Crusaders and Samurai Jack are the 3 show promos that stood out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think every other show promo can probably be cut.
I think that's
I would
fair.
definitely cut Sam, Will, and Me first. So like that.
Yeah, and that one was just Tom describing it and being like, "Hey, don't
hate this.
care."
KFC.
Also, I am cutting all the lineup promos except March.
All right.
I'm also cutting 2017 Triple Premiere. The One Piece send-off, I thought it was really nice that they did that, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was clearly kind of rushed.
Yeah.
It didn't fit so well.
The music was weird too.
So we can cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of going through and cutting everything because
It's so long.
let's just
Yeah.
cut
It's
the
our longest
category.
category.
To be honest.
I don't even remember the Boo Saga promo.
it was just, hey, it's Boo now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Also, the actual Outlaw Star promo didn't use like space. That was just for the teaser, which isn't nominated because it's less than 30 seconds. So,
Right.
Like, I don't even remember what like Panther like a Panther is. Like,
Neither do I.
I mean, or Outlands. I don't know.
this category is basically, hey, did you remember it? Then
Yeah, whichever ones you remembered are probably.
All right. What about the Samurai Jack one?
that is probably top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, long one.
I was gonna say, let's not cut that one right away.
haven't
Cut the first one. Cut the first one and keep the final. The final one.
No. The final is the least good one because it's basically a clip show of the actual final.
Oh yeah,
season.
yeah. I'm sorry. You meant the final episode one. Yeah. Ditch the final episode one. Yeah.
No, wait, isn't that the promo they actually did like original animation for it?
No.
Like at the very end, where it's like black and red? Or is that different Samurai Jack promo?
I think they probably did do that, but that's not good, you know.
It didn't get me hyped. It was just a clip. It was just like, oh, look at all the scenes that happened this season, and now we're gonna finish with it. Whereas I think that the other Samurai Jack one was like, oh man, this is awesome. We're getting to see these shots for the first time. It's so much more exciting.
Also, the long promo focuses on like the first 3 episodes, which are like the best episodes. So
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I think the Samurai Jack final season long promo needs to be in the top 3.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Save it for the top 3.
Yep.
And then
I'm sorry, but let's cut March. It's just not doing it for me.
I don't think
No.
so. I looked at the thing with lineup promos is actually that as the block gets longer, they get less good because it has to be like more bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Instead of
Gotta
like
squeeze
really
stuff in.
instead like the previous lineup promos that I like actually remember. Like I believe there was one from last year where it was like there was one last year that was really good, but they could like do a good build up.
Yeah.
And now they can't because they've got a minute and they've got to run through the whole block.
Wait, was that the one that was like, are you the real deal or something?
No, it was like
That was sort of line was a while ago.
Oh,
I'm
God.
about like drop the bass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But no, we're cutting the lineup promo.
So that leaves 4. We just need to cut one more.
I think what you said about the Attack on Titan promo makes it better than the Stardust Crusaders promo.
I think I would argue for that. The Stardust Crusaders, I was more excited about the fact that it was going to air and not so much the promo.
I'd agree. The Attack on Titan one's actually kind of interesting because the reason why it has no like voiceover dub dialogue is because it probably wasn't dubbed yet.
But it actually, like,
probably
a
explains it.
limitation actually made it better.
Yes.
Because the voiceover that does come in is not from the show. It's just like an actual voiceover. So
And it also had like a real atmospheric feel to it. The JoJo one is just sort of like, oh, this is fun, JoJo.
Yeah. I'd put Attack on Titan as like the number 3 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
which of these 3 do you guys like the best?
So our top 3 is the Samurai Jack final season long promo, the Attack on Titan season 2 promo, and Exquisite Corpse. I know everyone's going to say Exquisite Corpse, but what about the Samurai Jack final season long promo?
Exquisite Corpse.
I mean, I'm watching it again right now, but Exquisite Corpse, yeah. It's just,
I want to nominate Exquisite Corpse as best because I want more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Clearly,
Right with it.
Clearly 4-1 against me, so Exquisite Corpse must win.
I don't actually remember that one.
It's where they got a whole bunch of
They had Tom and Sarah in a bunch of different animation styles. And they kinda,
right. Okay.
So they were like going through a wormhole.
As an animation thing, it's really neat. So like I don't remember the music part of it, which is kind of maybe weird to say for our winner, but like that animation is like pretty incredible, to be honest. So it's just interesting. It's the most interesting answer. So
any other year would have been Samurai Jack, but it had to be the 20th anniversary.
So our runners-up are the Samurai Jack final season long promo and the Attack on Titan season 2 promo, and our winner is Exquisite Corpse. All right then, C-Caller, take us into Best Soundtrack.
Okay, guys, I just want to warn you before I play this one. These are all really good. You might want to take a mental note about which ones you like the most, because I think this is going to be the hardest category. Even shows like Tokyo Ghoul don't have a bad soundtrack, which is hard to say, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and play it now.
Super subjective.
Yeah. Here we go.
Best Soundtrack. The nominees are Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z Kai, The Final Chapters, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, Hunter x Hunter, Naruto Shippuden, One Piece, Samurai Jack Season 5, Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan.
We gotta learn to get back, but even with the rise up, you know you had to kill her. On my dirty hands and every face, and if we get out, I think I'm on the rise up. We gotta learn to live free, we'll live a life without baggage.
Lupin the Third Part 4. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. Outlaw Star. And finally, Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans.
Man, I can't believe you used the insert song for Attack on Titan.
That's cheating.
Okay, Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders, top 3. That's my
You
take.
can't. No.
Okay, so first
Samurai
off, we're
Jack
going
has to
back.
be up there.
We're going back to cuts.
Okay.
First off, I'm cutting Naruto Shippuden because every time one of those like flashbacks to the first Naruto came up, we were like, "Oh man, this soundtrack's so much better."
Yes. Damn it, that was my cut.
What's that
Too
track
bad.
they keep using? Sad and Misery or something?
Sadness and misery, or whatever the hell it is.
Sad pan.
It's also the song I chose was kind of edgelordish too.
Yeah, that was the Akatsuki. Like for
That was the pain fight song, is what that was.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Naruto Shippuden has a good soundtrack, great soundtrack, but
It's not as good as original Naruto, and they keep using the same songs over and over again.
That second point is actually the main thing for me. There's
better later.
There's a fingerful of good songs, but that they're almost good partially because they don't play them very often, so they don't get overplayed. But there are a lot of songs, like tracks, that they use over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because it almost feels like they get worse the more they play them, and so I guess what I'm getting at is I feel like the balance and selection of tracks they use in the show is just not very good. So
Yeah. I mean, like the soundtrack itself is good, but the choices they make every episode are absolutely horrible.
how it's actually like implemented into the show, right?
Yes,
Like they have a much larger soundtrack than they actually use.
Right,
yeah,
and
which
I
is
would
a
make-
huge problem.
This may come up again in a moment, but I think that there's a lot of repetition in Shippuden. Like they keep playing the same, like that one track. I can just hear it in my head. There's this one track they play over and over and over, and it's just like
they have one track for they have like 5 tracks. It's like action track, sad track, just regular life track, etc.
Yeah, and for that reason, I think we should also cut One Piece, because I love One Piece's soundtrack, but One Piece has like dozens of good music they choose, and they play like the same 10 or 15 tracks.
B-dubs, do you want to cut One Piece?
Yeah, that was actually where I was going next. I love a lot of the songs they use, but part of the problem is that a lot of them also are overused, which I think is an issue with it being overly long. And so, the differences between the arcs, but yeah, that was my cut.
Great tracks that show up in one scene, and they're perfect for that scene, but they never show up.
Yes, exactly.
Also, one thing that I didn't realize is that Kohei Tanaka did most of the One Piece music. Gravity Rush, guys.
That is surprising.
But then when you
like-
listen to Gravity Rush, you're like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
it
are
makes
we-
sense once you listen to it.
Are we taking
mean-
turns? If so, who's next?
C. Kohler, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to make a bold choice here. I'm going to go with Stardust Crusaders to cut.
I'm okay with that. I'm
I
okay with that.
agree. Stardust Crusaders does not have. I don't think it has as good of a soundtrack as Battle Tendency.
Battle Tendency is a classic. That's going to be top 3, I think.
And
But
I don't think
Stardust
I don't think
Crusaders.
the new JoJo composer guy really gets into his groove until part 4.
Here's my
No, but
reasoning.
Jotaro's
Yeah,
It's
it's,
okay,
a great
but-
theme, but it's the only music you remember.
Right.
from part 3.
That's it. That
No.
choice I made in the little snippet there, that was the only song I remembered.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
I would also agree that I'd put Battle Tendency above Stardust Crusaders. So
I like Stardust Crusaders, but at the same time, it's nowhere near as good as, sort of the top 5 that we're going to be going into.
This is. But I'll allow it.
Stay up.
By the way, if you're going to fight for something, you've got to really make a strong case. You just can't go, I like it. No,
Like
you got
if you're outnumbered 4-1,
You got to have a good argument.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seda, what are you cutting?
I'm gonna say Tokyo Ghoul, and this isn't really fair, but like Tokyo Ghoul is one of the rare shows I didn't even watch half the episodes. I just didn't care. So, I have no idea what that soundtrack is. I don't remember what the clip was. Blah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you really look at it, it's probably nice. I just don't care.
No, I mean, in the context of the show, it probably works. It's just that the entire package is just so garbage that you remember none of it.
Yep, I was going to say the same thing. Listening to that track is fine. Like, it's a nice sounding orchestral. It sounds very cinematic. I think in the show, it probably is forgettable because of something else that's going on.
Yeah. Like, it sounds like the soundtrack of a better show.
It's a soundtrack that's probably like drowned out by all the garbage from Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
Like screaming and edgelords and cutting.
yeah.
And that
let's
5-minute
not
walk
forget.
at the very end.
Oh, let's not forget the insert song. What's the glassy sky above?
Kill me now.
Oh, yeah. Season 2 had so many insert songs. They were terrible.
All of them.
Song at least 10 times.
It was just it's like we need some emotion. Insert song. Are you crying yet? No, I'm not. Imperial Bishop, make a cut.
Oh no. Oh. Dragon Ball Z Kai, because I know the guy got in trouble, but I really like to plagiarize tracks from the previous Kai arc. So
the final chapters actually has a completely different soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's the same guy as Super, and some of the tracks even transfer over.
But I also don't think it hangs.
What about that episode recap song though?
I don't remember.
God.
Can't recall.
Is that like the Superman S song they'd use?
It's the one they play at the beginning of every episode when they recap what happened in the last episode.
I remember the one Sada's talking about.
So.
Oh yeah.
Like they use it whether it fits or not.
I was kind of joking because.
Oh yeah, now I remember it.
The song is like weirdly catchy and over the top. It's like.
Oh, I was thinking about the version of Fight It Out, like.
God.
Best soundtrack. Everyone makes weird sounds with their mouths.
So I don't have any instruments with me, so.
Anyway, clearly it's nobody's top 3, so.
No.
So I will cut Dragon Ball Super.
Damn it. That was my cut.
You know, wait, what's that one Dragon Ball Super track? That
Yeah.
Anyway, cutting it. B-dubs.
All right, I'm going to go controversial, and it might be controversial, and what the hell's left? I like the Outlaw Star soundtrack, but I'm gonna cut it.
I don't remember any music from Outlaw Star, really.
It's not my top 3.
Yeah.
I think top 6 maybe, but that's about it.
I only remember that track that was played in the preview.
Like dun 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 dun, like sort of that.
That's their triumph track, basically.
Yeah, like that one's really hype, and I really like it, and I like the one that you picked for it. But at the same time, it's like,
I cut it.
I gotta cut something, and that's my pick.
Nobody's fighting, seems like.
Nope.
No.
I don't think anyone remembers enough.
I'm gonna cut Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's a fine soundtrack, but it's very subdued and in the background, just a lot of guitar work, and it's just not that memorable.
They have that one melody that's in everything.
I also have a feeling that we haven't really heard a lot of we haven't really had many like high points in the series yet. It's been a lot of we've only seen like the first 8 episodes, or not even that.
Yeah, I think it's not fair to judge it based on 8 episodes, considering it's 50. So,
that's what we have to do. So,
yeah, I mean it's what we have to do.
I mean,
but I'd say, yeah, it does its job. But I'd say cut or disqualify. I think either way, it's out.
Yep.
Your
Seda.
So for Lupin the Third, are we talking about the soundtrack we got, or the sound?
Oh, is this another case where we had to disqualify it because we don't know what's actually here?
No, I think the music in the show is the same music that.
I thought the soundtrack for the Italian / Toonami version is different than the Japanese. Not just
if that's true, then I'm made
pretty
a
sure
grave
it is.
mistake.
It is.
I mean, I'm just going by what people said in the I haven't seen the Japanese version, so I don't know.
Well, I mean,
based on the clip that you played, it might be top 3, but now we don't even know. I can't even. But now that I think about it, I can't actually remember what the music in that show is.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is they can't use the Lupin theme, which is like one of the more iconic themes in.
Well, I'm not even talking about just the opening.
I know, but I mean, they do use it as sort of like the hype theme in the series. So the soundtrack's definitely changed. So I think it's okay to cut it.
No, they still use the Lupin theme. I think it's just a remix version.
No, I don't think they do use it in the version we see.
I remember hearing it in an episode. Was it with the one with Da Vinci? I remember hearing.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's flag that one and then come back.
Yeah, like we should go check that.
I guess Pink.
So kind of for the same. So I guess here's more of a discussion point. I didn't really watch Gundam Unicorn. Now, I know people say the presentation was really great, even if the show itself is kind of junk. Is the music good? I don't know what it is.
Good, but unmemorable.
Yeah. I'm not going to defend Gundam.
It is a Sawano soundtrack.
So then it's automatic. If it's Sawano, then it's automatically bad.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was my next cut.
I will say, though, of his soundtracks, is probably the least memorable. So.
Yeah.
Can we say that Battle Tendency is going to be in the top 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
will
think,
fight to.
I think the same
kind of elevates it.
Yeah, I mean that's just that's the hypest theme in all of JoJo.
It also has dubstep.
It has dubstep, and you don't want to blow your brains out when you hear it.
Yeah, that in itself is a miracle.
Oh, the Avalon theme is just.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yes. No, I think JoJo Part 2 is probably, up there. Can we say Samurai? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Imperial Bishop, make a cut.
Ooh, okay.
But now that maybe we should cut Lupin, because now looking at it with all that question about whether what we got will we actually listen to.
I mean, okay. Attack on Titan Season 2 has that one insert song that's really good.
Right.
And the rest of the soundtrack is really good. It's the same soundtrack. Most of it's the same soundtrack as the first season. So
it's still Sawano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we cut Lupin the Third.
All right.
Anyone want to dispute it?
I mean, if we knew for a fact we got the Japanese version, I'd fight you on it because they always deliver on the original Lupin soundtrack, but we don't know that for a fact, so I'm totally cool.
Yeah, I'm okay with
if we
cutting
can't
it.
actually remember it, we probably didn't get the good one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, so there's 3 left and 2 slots. Hey, you're gonna hate me for this, but
Don't you dare say Samurai Jack. Don't you do it.
I actually can't. That also, the track that was played is the only one I remember, and also it's just straight up Ecstasy of Gold.
That is perfectly okay.
Here's the thing.
Gold is amazing.
Unless you want to cut Attack on Titan Season 2 in place of it.
Yeah, that was going to be my cut.
I mean, Hunter x Hunter
has really great music.
It does, and Chimera Ant Arc has some of the best music in the entire anime. But
we're not far enough into the arc.
Here's the thing. I'll give you guys an out. The Samurai Jack... You're right. I agree that theme that plays in that one episode is like the best in the series or in the season.
What Samurai
There's nothing
Jack
else.
Do you remember otherwise?
Right. And then here's the other out is that if you really like that scene, we're going to be nominating it later.
I think most of Samurai Jack is mostly silent music-wise.
Yeah, I think that's the problem is that there aren't very many songs. But when they do pick them, they tend to be very good.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Samurai Jack is the more quieter character moments, I guess. So
it really uses quiet well, but I don't know that quiet is the best soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's actually not enough songs there to count, so it's one of those things. It'd probably be top 3 if it wasn't so quiet.
I agree. I'd say a top 3 of JoJo, Hunter x Hunter, and Attack on Titan is probably what I would have picked.
I cut it. So
okay.
Our top 3 is Battle Tendency, Hunter x Hunter, and Attack on Titan Season 2. I think Battle Tendency wins.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder who to win center and say Hunter x Hunter, but.
I also really like Hunter x Hunter. You mentioned that it like months and months ago that it really struck you how good all the music was, and I really liked that one track from like the Genthru fight.
I mean, I remember saying when it was first airing, like that first exam arc or whatever, like how good that soundtrack is, and it's amazingly like unlike Naruto or even One Piece. I feel like it's a little bit better balance. Like yes, it reuses some songs, but I think it just has a little bit of a better balance to it. And not just that, but the tracks themselves are nice too. Mm-hmm. But I do think JoJo does have a leg up just slightly. Things like the Pillarman theme is just like it's unique, it's different, and I don't think like Hunter x Hunter has really had like a one track like that's like really
I mean,
like equivalent.
Well, like if we were counting what we haven't seen yet, then it would probably take the one spot. But Chimera Ant hasn't actually kicked in a high gear yet, so
yeah, I'm willing to give it to JoJo. You guys have made a strong case.
I mean, next year
Season 2 is what I would say if JoJo was not on the list.
Yeah, I mean, next year Hunter x Hunter's probably going to win, but this year,
I don't know. If we give part 4, maybe.
I don't
know. We're only like
we're not even halfway through part 3.
No, well, Hunter x Hunter we're like slightly more than halfway because
but
the entire rest of the show is basically the ants.
Yeah, well, the last arc is like long apparently, so and a little bit.
I mean, what we've got left is the ants, and then the aftermath of the ants.
So okay, because I think if I remember from the show ending dates, it's like ending in mid 2019. So we'll be on the block all year. So
for best soundtrack, the winner is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Battle Tendency, and the runners-up are Hunter x Hunter and Attack on Titan Season 2. All right, C-Caller. Play us into worst moment.
Oh boy.
Right, here we go.
Worst moment of the year. And the nominees are the final walking scene from Tokyo Ghoul. Pain revives everyone from Naruto Shippuden.
I'll use Ghetto art of Rinne rebirth.
Nagato, you can't!
No, Conan. It's all right. All I'm going to do is make a new choice. Even though I'd all but given up hope.
What is it? What kind of jutsu are you doing?
Those who possess the Rinnegan can perform all of the jutsu the six pains used, and are said to exist outside the realm of life and death.
Forever creeps on Annie in the shower from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders.
Oh god, no, stop.
No, end it.
Hey! Take your locks, you stinking ape!
Goku condones sexual assault from Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters.
Between the real live woman's moves or maybe her tush.
Yeah, you can do that?
Oh, sure, no problem. I knew it. He's a dirty old man just like Master Roshi. Well, I can't do it, you know, because of that whole not going back to Earth thing. But you've got a girlfriend, that Videl girl, right? I know it stinks, but just let him cop a little feel. It only has to last a second.
Kaneki is tortured from Tokyo Ghoul.
How far did you manage to count?
Since the first cut, Yamari told me to count backwards from 1,000. Out loud, in increments of 7. I didn't understand why at first. Then I realized he was trying to keep me sane. He took my fingers and toes over and 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 over.
And finally, Goku always wins from Dragon Ball in general.
That was Earth, wasn't it? However, it seems that one of the Earth Saiyans, Goku, he's the one who defeated Frieza, is currently not there. He defeated Frieza?
I didn't really have a clip for the last one because it's kind of big.
That's because it's the DTL nomination.
I love how we started cracking up.
Let me just say that I'm surprised Kaneki going Super Saiyan Ghoul isn't.
Oh, like that was bad.
But man, it really was like these others that were.
I mean, it's
again,
gonna be
and again and again.
Also, when you started playing the Forever Creeps on Anne, it was like, oh god, it's so much worse with no visuals. Oh no.
Yes.
But Frank, let's be quite frank. This is a very short category, and I think we can probably just make a top 3.
Yeah.
And that top 3 must include the walking scene and the Forever Creeping scene.
I mean, the walking scene is going to win.
I think we can cut Pain reviving everyone. Like, yes,
that
it's
has
really,
to
really
be
dumb. I don't know. I feel like,
I mean, it's
like
bullshit,
Goku condoning,
but
it's basically
I feel like Goku condoning sexual assault. It's like
not only condoning, but trying to get Gohan in on like getting his girlfriend molested. Like,
hey, can you let the future mother of my grandchild get molested, please?
Okay, those are like moments and scenes. The Pain reviving everyone ruins the entire arc, in my personal opinion. Because
it does.
It's like pulling a Dragon Ball.
Does it after he
revive everyone?
Naruto just goes up and is like, "Hey, what if you weren't a bad guy anymore?" I'm not a bad guy anymore.
Oh God, yeah.
I guess if we're like taking Naruto's storyline seriously, this is kind of like an event, a moment that kind of.
This is the moment where you
on like the entire show.
I mean, this is the moment where the entire like train goes off the rails and just explodes into a million pieces.
Yeah, so that part has to be top 3.
If everyone had
never
stayed
the
dead,
same.
this arc would have been wow.
It would have been dark.
It's also also the fact that like Pain has been like, I know there is a bad guy who is like Pain's boss or whatever, but Pain has basically been like the villain for Shippuden since like for hundreds of episodes, and like this is how it resolves. Like, okay.
I mean, you could also you could say this just kind of rolls into the beginning of Talk No Jutsu.
Yeah.
But is it offensive?
I will say, listen to
it
that.
Offends my intelligence.
Listening to that Goku condemning sexual assault, like without just listening to it, it's like, geez, like what were they like? Is this supposed to be funny? I don't know.
I think once upon a time it was meant to be funny, but it not so much anymore.
Especially not this year.
Yeah.
I don't want
it
to
aired like it aired like right during like the Me Too movement.
Like that was off. It's like, oh, we're having all these people, getting in trouble for sexual assault, and there's Goku trying to get Videl molested.
The thing is that I think we already have one guaranteed horrible sexual assault scene on here,
and it's worse.
Yeah. And it's much worse.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't cut most of that scene.
Yeah, like what were they thinking at that point?
So here's the point. They didn't. These animators were stuck on the huge burly men fighting huge burly men show, and they just had to do it.
So, like, I understand the point that it's supposed to be like they're not putting this in like a positive light. They're I guess in a sense accurately describing it as a monstrous thing to do. But I kind of feel like even then, like
you don't have to show it.
Yeah, they lingered on it for
and they showed her butt like as often as they could, even when she was out of the shower. It's like put the clothes on.
It was probably exactly how it's supposed to go. Like, oh man, this whole kill this orangutan, fuck him.
Like
here, it's clearly the animators really needed this. They just could not survive.
I know that this early 90s, late 80s, but still, it's like.
I mean, it always depends on, the intent.
I would cut the like Goku thing just because I just feels like it's bad, but it's also like I'm looking at the other things on the list and I'm just like, oh man, I hate them so much more.
And they're way longer.
No one wants to defend the Goku behavior, but at the worst, it's like the tamest of these things.
And it's there, and then it's gone.
Like, I mean, it's really, really bad, but at the same time, it's not what JoJo did, and it's not literally the animators just using a GIF with music for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, what about it? You first.
What about Kaneki getting tortured? Like, it's really bad, and like it's basically like the best example of something being too hard, try hard, edgy.
Yes.
So it's like the best example of that. But does that stand up to
if the walking scene hadn't happened?
So basically, I guess the walking scene is also try hard.
Yeah, it's just try. I mean, it's try hard in a different way.
It's the problem with the walking scene, and the reason it made Tokyo Ghoul our worst show ranking is because it felt like it deserved that moment, like it had earned, like it was trying to do something artistic, and it sucked.
Like, if you remember all the way back at Arkham City, when Batman's carrying the Joker out and the Joker's dead, and it's like, oh shit, all this, like it felt like it was trying to get to like earn that sort of scene, only the characters didn't have that kind of relationship. Like they hadn't encountered each other enough to justify that.
Is there anyone who wants to say the walking scene isn't in the top 3?
It is.
I mean, that's number 1.
It's definitely the top 3 because I think manga is completely. It's goes on for 5 minutes.
It was one of the biggest table flip moments I think Toonami, our group, has had.
It's like, it's still going.
It was literally just one GIF.
And that's why it makes it over Kaneki is tortured, because Kaneki, that scene goes on, it's spread out over an episode.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
I was actually about to mention we should probably cut the torture scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we're
not disagreeing that it's really, really, really awful, but
I mean, it's poorly done in every sense of the word.
The walking scene, I think, is almost like a better example of how awful the show can be. So
I mean,
and it goes on so long that the song actually finishes.
And kind of for the same reason, even though it's a different show, cut Goku condoning sexual assault because the JoJo example is like a worse example of that type of moment, even though it's not the same show in this case. But
I mean,
I agree.
I'm okay with saying we're gonna stack the 2 Tokyo Ghoul ones together and the 2 sexual assault ones together.
Can we just make the worst moment Tokyo Ghoul?
No.
Yeah, I mean, like just like in general.
Do we have a category for that?
Can we have the 2 Tokyo Ghoul moments tie for worst?
No. I was joking.
So
we have
our
top three.
I'm not.
The walking scene from Tokyo Ghoul. Pain revives everyone from Naruto Shippuden, and forever creeps on Anne from Stardust Crusaders. Now, the walking scene is bad, but I think someone could maybe make. I'm not necessarily making this argument, but someone could definitely make the argument that forever creeping is actually the worst.
You can make that argument
because the Tokyo Ghoul thing is a terrible moment from a terrible show. The Naruto thing is like, oh, Naruto killed itself, just undercut itself again.
Yeah.
Stardust Crusaders is otherwise an amazing show, and then there's this fucking thing.
I mean, you can make the argument in that case, but at the same time, the Tokyo Ghoul scene is incompetent on literally every single possible level there is to be incompetence on.
I'm gonna go with Grex on this. I feel like remember H-Town was like he was gonna give up anime because of that Forever Creeps anime scene.
I will say the reactions, like the negative reaction to that scene, was probably the harshest we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Like the Naruto thing, it's kind of at the point where like less and less people even care to begin with.
Yeah.
And like Tokyo Ghoul, I think
the Tokyo
was bad.
The Tokyo Ghoul thing was just everyone was raging while it was happening too.
Imperial Bishop, what do you got?
The thing about the whole Naruto thing is like I'm looking at like the long-term effects of it. The entire ending with Pain reviving everyone completely undercuts the entire arc.
It undercuts the whole series.
Kakashi somewhat die and having all these other characters somewhat die. Hinata almost died. And it's like the entire thing, it leads down to this bad, like it's all downhill for Naruto after here. And and Forever and scene, that's really bad. But that's the leeway because it's one episode. So maybe
it's something you can be like, okay, by the way, don't watch this episode.
Well, here's the thing. Let's look at this more. Don't try not to encapsulate things. Like, I think we need to look at this purely on the scene alone. That the Pain thing leads to worse things, but we just have to focus on the scene.
Right.
Pain is clearly the third wheel here.
I agree. I think that the Pain scene, yes, it has long-lasting repercussions that are worse, but just the scene itself is not as bad as what we see in the other two.
Right.
Like if I was to sit someone down in front of these 3 scenes and they hadn't seen anything else of the shows, which of these do you think they would be most offended by?
The shower one.
Probably.
Yeah, I guess if we're...
I mean, I want to give it to like the Tokyo Ghoul one, if only because of, the build up to that scene, which I think is part of it.
It's bad as a piece of storytelling. The Forever scene is just bad, and somebody should maybe been fired.
Well, I mean, it's bad in terms of storytelling and animation and music, and like in every conceivable way for it to be bad. Like it was literally a GIF.
I think the people who made the Forever scene, the people who, or at least the people who decided that should be allowed, should be fired.
I will say that like the Tokyo Ghoul scene, it was at the point where some people actually thought it was almost like amusing or humorous because of how bad it was. Nobody thought the shower scene was amusing or humorous.
Agreed. And I think that there could be an argument made for somebody saying, like, look, none of us are fans of Tokyo Ghoul, but I think that there are people out there who are fans of Tokyo Ghoul and like that ending. You're right. Nobody likes the Anne shower scene. Nobody likes Anne, period.
No, it's not about Anne. It's about.
Right, but that just makes it worse. Like, why do we care? Like, I mean, it's terrible, but like,
it's like you thought you were safe from anime bullshit in JoJo, but you weren't.
Safe.
Like,
I mean, if you're gonna say that, there's also JoJo creeping on his own mom in part 2.
Well, kind of in a, I don't know if this is relevant at all, but like there was a scene in One Piece in Thriller Bark where Nami gets creeped on, and that was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. One thing, first of all, Nami is older. I know she's a teenager or whatever, but like that helps a little bit being older. And also like I don't know, it's like the way it's animated and constructed and whatever is just,
it's not meant to be titillating.
It's still creepy. Like it gets the point off that it's creepy. But like I don't know, the Tokyo Ghoul scene I feel like is just worse than that.
The One Piece scene you're talking about has way more restraint.
Yeah. Nami's not completely helpless in that scene. I mean, it is kind of chilling because the way they have it drawn and just.
I mean, it's Nami and she's naked, so but it's not meant to be like, it's not meant to arouse someone.
I mean, I'm sure it does. But
the forever scene is it's supposed to be a Psycho reference. 2, it's supposed to basically demonstrate why you want Jotaro to brain this ape with a lock.
Right.
But instead, it
screws up the execution.
It makes you an accomplice.
I mean, it's in the manga, but they linger on it for longer than they really should have.
I remember the same thing. In the manga, it's like, isn't it like just one panel? And then in the show, like that clip I played, it goes on. I mean, that wasn't all of it. It kept going.
And I remember even like when they're out of the shower and like into the hallway, like Anne's still sitting there like with a towel on, but with her butt exposed. And it's like, come on.
Like the animators were milking it for as long as they possibly could.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Does it win?
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
I concede.
I agree. I will say I am surprised that I am agreeing because I thought the walking scene would be the worst. But there's something more offensive about.
I think in the day, I think in this like age, it's worse, definitely.
Yeah, like the walking scene is not. It's offensive, but it's not actually offensive.
Yeah. It's intellectually offensive, but this is just downright perverted offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Japan in the 80s and 90s had a lot more offensive scenes.
Well, I mean, it's a take on the Psycho, but it's they do it completely wrong.
It makes it worse that it's a poor adaptation of that scene.
It also reminds me of that.
It's like they don't understand why the scene worked.
Well, they do. They just didn't care.
Anyone remember Dimension W?
Oh God, that actually. Wait, was that this year?
That was last year.
But there's a similar scene in there. But there's like literally like a couple camera angles when that robot girl, whose name I forget, was in the shower.
Right.
Like this might sound over exaggerating, but they are like literally look like they are pornographic. Just like, why are you portraying this in this way? Come on. Anyways, that's just an aside.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the runners-up for worst moment are the walking scene from Tokyo Ghoul, Pain Revives Everyone from Naruto Shippuden, and the winner is Forever Creeps on Anne from Stardust Crusaders. Good job, JoJo. Anyway, let's move on to a happier note. C. Kohler, play us in with best moment.
All right, here we go.
Best moment of the year. The nominees are the Rumbar Pirates' final performance from One Piece.
Lagoon! Once we travel the world, we're coming right back here! You just wait for us!
Jack kills a human for the first time. From Samurai Jack Season 5.
We've never killed a human before, have we? Sure, mountains of robot corpses. This was the first human being. Real flesh and blood.
The armored and colossal titans are revealed. From Attack on Titan Season 2.
As a warrior, no road left but the one that leads to the end. Reiner, right now? Here? We're doing this? Yes. Right here, right now. We settle this once and for all.
Joseph defeats Cars. From JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency.
I set the trap and you walked right into it! All of this went down like clockwork!
I just got lucky, but thinking I outsmarted him will drive Cars nuts.
At that moment, the rocks launched by the volcano's eruption reached escape velocity. Cars was the perfect being! Nothing on Earth could kill him! But, just then, he was blasted into the vacuum of space!
No! Damn you!
Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. From Dragon Ball Super.
Way so fast.
The Steely Dan Beatdown. From JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders.
Good grief. I know this is blatantly obvious, but you really are a piece of work.
You can never repay back with money!
When Zoro says, nothing at all. From One Piece.
Where'd the hell did all this blood come from? Hey, are you still alive? Where'd that paw guy go? What in the hell happened here?
What happened here? Nothing at all.
Pirates Docking 6. From One Piece.
Giant robot warrior! Emperor!
We're not complete! The left arm still isn't docked yet!
What the hell are you doing to us, Robin? Hurry up and dock onto my left arm!
Robin! We need you!
Come on, it's fine! Just do what I'm doing!
No. I'm not embarrassing myself like that.
Hinata's Confession. From Naruto Shippuden.
You've changed who I am, Naruto. Your smiling face saved me, Naruto. That's why I'm not afraid to die here, if it means I can protect you. Because I love you. I always will.
Gon punches Hisoka. From Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, I just can't wait to break you. Oh, but no, not yet. More, until it's almost a shame to destroy you.
Ecstasy of Gold. From Samurai Jack Season 5. Kurapika defeats Suvajin. From Hunter x Hunter.
And the rule is that you have to answer all of my questions truthfully. Abide by that rule, and I will let you live a bit longer. Tell me where I can find the others.
Go to hell, you son of a bitch.
Jack defeats Aku from Samurai Jack Season 5. Killua electrocutes Sub from Hunter x Hunter.
I just don't believe it. In that brief exchange, you had enough time to set 3 traps?
3, huh? You gotta be kidding me. Every move I made was a trap.
And finally, the gang captures Crollo from Hunter x Hunter.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. I just didn't expect the chain user to be a woman.
Who said I was? I thought you knew better than to trust appearances. Regardless, you should watch what you say.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that was a hard scene to find, the last one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised there was no Hisoka scene in the worst moment category.
Oh God, the Hisoka boner.
You know, well, they're not hiding anything.
Okay.
I mean, also, he's the bad guy.
The Hisoka scene is not as, it obviously sounds terrible audio only. It's more for the visuals, I think. Because remember, that's the one where he's got the face.
Yeah.
Where it does like the still.
Oh, it was Swing last year? I can't remember.
Yeah, that was last year. This is the one where he has that, like, his tongue is hanging out look.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can't describe it, but anyway.
No, I know. Like the one where he's just barely holding off on an orgasm.
Man, I thought I had my top 3 locked, and then you played that clip from Battle Tendency with the opening playing, and I was like, oh yeah.
I had to hold back from screaming, Joe!
No, the show.
I love how it's the song, but then they like extended the last part.
I will say as a suggestion for next year, we should probably split this up into funniest and not funniest.
Funniest
because
problems.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's a bunch of really great scenes in here that aren't going to get anywhere near the top 3, if only because, you know, there's way better.
So I'm going to make a first cut. I'm going to cut Jack defeats Aku because that was actually kind of anticlimactic and disappointing.
No.
Yeah, okay. There was a better Jack one in there.
I put Jack returns back to the past and defeats Aku. Like, you got to put it all together.
The entire scene was
considering the
good, but it was also expected. Like, it felt like they were going through the motions because we knew that was going to happen.
It wasn't expected though. Like, there's a lot of theories that Jack wouldn't go back to the past, that he would stay in the future.
Yeah, and then he didn't, and it's like, well.
Yeah, but I mean, I never really took any of those seriously, if only because, you know, his entire goal was back to the past.
Yeah, but just because it's his goal doesn't mean that he's gonna go there. It could have been a downer ending where it's like,
I mean, it was a downer. 0% chance it makes top 3.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
We've been waiting 10 years for this. At least more than 10 years, yeah.
Yep, and then it wasn't worth the wait.
Well,
no, the season was worth the wait.
Yes.
Well, why don't you scene? Maybe he seems pretty adamant. Why don't you pick something else and then we'll just
Killua electrocutes that dude because I couldn't even remember who that dude was.
Yeah,
that one wasn't that great.
I'm not fighting for that.
B-dubs.
I don't even remember that one.
It was another DTL.
Yeah. I'm gonna cut the Jotaro or is that guy?
Oh, stop.
No,
there's better ones. There's better ones coming up.
I don't know, man.
One wasn't that awesome.
To it. 2 episodes of build-up.
Dude,
yes.
It doesn't matter if there's
better.
something better. We're talking about what happened in 2017.
I know. There's better in this, thing.
I think something could happen with that scene later. I don't know that its chances of making the top 3 aren't 0%.
They aren't 0%, but I seriously doubt it's going to make it considering what it's up against.
I just feel like we should cut it later just because it's
okay. All right. We'll cut it later. Then I'll go with the pirate docking 6. I love that scene. I love it.
Yeah.
But there's,
it's not going to make top.
Look at the other stuff on this list.
I actually forgot the rest. Okay. PM me the list. I don't have it in front of me.
There are other better One Piece moments in the bark than that, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, B-dubs, what are you saying? You can't see the actual spreadsheet?
No, I can't see the actual spreadsheet.
Oh,
he's on his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we're cutting Pirate Stocking 6.
Okay.
C. Kohler.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with when Zoro says nothing at all. It's fine, but it's not like one of my favorite moments of all time.
It's blown out of the water. It's blown out of the water by the other One Piece moment still on this list.
No,
I honestly I agree 100%. Like, why is it even in this list?
Yeah, it's really it's a great character moment for Zoro.
It's just a funny quip.
Yeah, like Zoro being.
It's a bit more than that. It is Baby Zoro's coolest moment so far in the show, but no, it's got to go.
Well, it's not just the line. It's him actually taking all the pain from Luffy and willing to sacrifice himself like that.
Yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, I think it's more of a strong character moment for him than it is, anything else.
It's behind 5 other things at least for me.
Okay, I'm sorry, so I'm not gonna fight. So just
one of these days you're gonna win one of these.
Yeah,
make it quick. I will once I'm more energetic.
So Grex, just check your Twitter.
Oh, do I have to pick one now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jack kills a person for the first time.
It was it was good, and it was like one of his. It kicked off his major character arc, but at the same time,
he's a samurai.
I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't actually done it before.
It's such a huge change for Samurai Jack, and we didn't even necessarily know it was going to happen. We thought it was going to happen, but then it happens. You're like, oh shit!
But did he indirectly kill someone in
Yeah, there's also the argument that he killed the princess group in the original show. It's a little bit ambiguous, so there's an argument.
Then he
there.
had to hand wave it I don't remember that.
Yeah, but I think the moment itself is significant, but also the moment itself, I feel like it's almost a thing that's hard to confine to a singular moment. Although yes, killing a person is a singular event that happens, but it's I feel like I don't know how do I put this. It's interesting, but it's just I'm gonna shut up. I don't even know how to say this.
No,
I just don't think it's top 3.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of better moments in Samurai Jack, but
there's a better one on this list.
It's really it's like a oh shit moment. Oh shit, did you do that?
Okay, I cut it. Imperial Bishop, make a cut.
I mean, if you disagree with me a lot and I just don't make any sense, go ahead. You don't have to cut it, but
okay.
No,
I actually want to cut Goku going Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken.
Yeah.
Because it's another transformation.
It's nothing we haven't seen before.
It's okay, it just made him more faster and stronger. Okay.
Also, people were like, they have to change the explanation on how we can do it, and it's no, they don't. It's Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight for it, but I will say I thought that moment was one of the better moments of the season. Out of just the way the voice acting was and the way the opening kicked in, it was cool. But yeah, it's not the greatest.
Yeah,
I don't like the color
way
mixture.
better opening kicks in moment on this list.
Yeah.
I don't like the Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken, like the red and blue looks.
Yeah.
Hey, Dragon Ball experts, is this what they call Ultra Instinct in Japanese?
No.
We
don't have that. I don't know what that is. That's a completely different thing. That is
Okay.
actually really that is really awesome. Do not talk about
that
it.
is. I've heard people talking about like Goku going Ultra Instinct. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Well, spoilers, Goku has another power up, but we'll see.
And it's so much better.
So I'm going to cut I'm going to cut the Hinata confession. Because also Naruto, I don't know if we've actually seen it yet, but Naruto just completely forgets that happens.
He does, but in the moment, it's an absolutely fantastic thing. Like, he's absolutely screwed, and then she has no right to be stepping in at this point. Like, she deserves to be like one shot here. You know, she's nowhere near this level, but she does it anyway.
The thing about Naruto and scenes like this is that they're almost surprising in a way, because like Naruto can be just a bunch of schlock for like 40 episodes in a row, and then you get a moment like this, like, where did this come from?
Yeah, and then you get that one moment that's like perfectly executed, and you're like, oh shit!
Like, I actually do care a little bit somewhere in my heart.
And then it goes, and then you go back to 40 episodes of schlock.
Yeah, I mean I think it stays for. I don't think it makes top 3, but I think it stays for now. I think there's worse on the list.
The reason it goes is because it has a 0% chance of making top 3.
At the same time, I think there's other stuff with.
Okay. Otherwise, if that's the case, then I will cut. Then I will cut.
Sorry, let me put it in. Should we switch modes and pick what we think the top ones are now, rather than cutting?
That might be better.
I think there's still some fluff that we can cut. Like I think we can cut the gang captures Krollo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really much about that that's good, other than like the general way that show does, like the smart way it does things. But that's all you really got there.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm surprised no one nominated the Phantom Troop like attacking the entire city and Krollo like orchestrating it from the building. Like,
it's a cool villain moment, but that's more best villain or villain group.
I think that would have been better than the gang captures Krollo for sure.
Probably, yeah.
But neither of them make the top 3.
Yeah.
B-dubs, do you have a thing you want to cut that's kind of fluffy?
I feel like Attack on Titan completely botched the Armored and Colossal Titan reveal. No. All right.
I think that moment should stay for now. Like, anime and shonen in general, they oftentimes have these moments that, like, how do I put this? They try to be epic or dramatic.
Yeah, and this wasn't.
No. A lot of I like this moment. Let me just start with that.
So do I.
I think a lot of anime and shonen have moments that try to be dramatic and epic, and they kind of just fall flat, or they feel like they're almost corny. And Attack on Titan does get sometimes corny, especially in the dub, at least. But I think this moment feels like it's appropriately dramatic, appropriately epic. Like, it feels like it's one of those moments that almost earns what it's trying to do at that point.
At the same time, I feel like
I think saying that I think that moment earns that is the best.
It's literally a background conversation.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, like, the way it was done in the manga was, I feel like, better.
Well, they tried to have it as background in the anime as they possibly could, while allowing you to hear it.
Well, I guess the moment itself. What are we considering the moment here? Because, like,
this is my nomination, and I think the actual, like, moment he said, like, the idea that he just says in the background, oh, by the way, I'm the Armored Titan and Bert Holt's the Colossal Titan, and then the scene goes off to somebody else.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, in the little preview that Chris put together, it's like kind of the moment right after that where they both transform and basically turn traitor.
That's not the moment I would choose. That's not the exact scene I would choose.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Since you're going to fight for that one, and I generally agree that that exact moment is very good. I just don't think the anime does it quite as well. Then I'm just going to go.
If I could interject for a moment, I think the anime took a moment from the manga, which I haven't read the manga, which might have been a very anticlimactic way to reveal it and kind of turn it into a dramatic moment with the help of the music and like.
I mean, that's sort of why I don't. That's sort of why I don't like it as much in the anime, because it takes this thing that was very much like where you're reading and you go, "Oh wait, what? Did someone mistranslate something?" And you're like, "Oh shit!" Like it takes something that should be appropriately like an holy fucking shit reveal, and turns it into.
It should be one of those things that hits you hard, like a oh snap reveal, and it's like they spend like what maybe it's just talking back and forth. Did they really see that? Was
I don't know if I'm being an idiot here, but I kind of don't like. I don't think it's just the fact that they say it nonchalantly. I think it's like a combination that they kind of introduce it nonchalantly, and then it kind of builds into something a little bit more dramatic and maybe more what you expect from a reveal like that.
There's also that swerve that they all seem like Aaron especially is like, this can't be true, but then there's a swerve that they already figured it out. Like they had already known. Armin already figured it out.
Okay, B-Dubs, pick something else.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Gon punches Hisoka. It's a cool moment, but at the same time, it's not like ultra hype.
I just realized how dominant Hunter x Hunter is going to be in this category next year.
It's just gonna be. It's gonna win the top 3, all of them.
I think Gon like lifting up like the tile was more like badass than him punching.
Yeah, I mean, Gon had better scenes in that one fight.
Yeah, I think we can cut it. C. Kohler.
All right, I'm going to come back to this. Jack defeats Aku. I'm going to cut it because it's just not not holding up for me. Ecstasy of Gold is a better scene. It's a better moment. It's the best moment of that season. It's better than this.
I mean, Ecstasy of Gold was just beyond like amazing. I remember the thread at that point, like nobody was posting shit while that scene was going on. It was like dead silence for like 3 or 4 minutes.
I don't think this can possibly make it into the top 3.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit underwhelming because they only had 10 episodes, but
yeah, no, I mean,
this is the one scene in the show that cannot be underwhelming even a little bit, and it is.
Okay, I can see it. I can see it.
I mean, the thing is, like, you can argue that that particular scene in the context of the thing doesn't really matter. It's the build up from Jack getting captured to when he goes back to the past is that. Like the moment Jack goes back into the past, he's already won at that point. Well, by the time he makes it through a time portal to go back in time, no matter how it happens, it's game over. He's won. Like Aku can't possibly beat him.
I just want to mention the reaction, Aku's reaction when Jack was back. Like, you're back already?
Oh, that was
I mean, no time.
That was funny. Like,
I also put that in the clip, but I didn't want it to be too long. So
yeah. Like that was hilarious. It's like that was fast. You know,
Jack doesn't waste any time. He just goes in. So.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that Jack, when he got back, he was never going to have a long, drawn-out battle with Aku. He was always just going to deal the finishing blow, and that's it.
I think he's fighting for just the what's it called? Like it's just the sense of satisfaction of the completion of the entire series.
Right.
I just think the entire final episode was kind of had a feeling of, well, we got to wrap this up.
I mean, that's fair, but I think if it had been drawn out over 2 episodes, we'd have more of an appreciation for it. But it's just like, I'm just arguing that moment is sort of supposed to be anticlimactic, like the moment of climax is, him going through the portal, like him. The real
moment is when they realize Ashi has Aku's powers.
Yeah.
When Ashi, at that point.
Yeah. When Ashi realizes, oh wait, I can do this. That's the big climactic moment. You know, when she gains control back, and it's like, oh wait, yeah, no, I can do this too.
Yeah, but sorry for interrupting a lot, but I do
No,
want
it's
to
cool.
say that you gotta remember that when Aku sends Jack back to the future, he's very injured. Like that, Jack was about to deal the finishing blow. So when Aku was already pretty weakened.
Right, I'm agreeing with you there. It's like
you said.
I mean, it does make sense that it's kind of it does make sense that it's just like bam. But I mean, I don't think the build up to that moment either really brought it. I think it has to go.
Okay, look, we're going in circles here. If we get to a point where we're still talking about the same clip for more than 2 minutes, we should probably take a vote.
Cut it.
Yeah, I think it goes.
All right. That was easy.
Sorry.
Okay, cut it. Cut it like
hey, B-Dubs, are you moving around a lot?
Sorry. I just had to go do something.
Okay. B-Dubs, then make a cut.
Yes. I love this scene, but Kurapika beats Uvogen.
Yep.
I love it. I don't think it's gonna make top 3.
Wait, do we have on here too?
Huh?
Because that would have been best fight.
I think it's in best fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think it belongs top 3 there, but not here.
So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 left.
All right.
I think there's 1 or 2 that we can maybe lock into the top 3 at this point. I think I think the final performance of the Rumbar Pirates is there.
Right.
Yeah, I would put it in there.
And if anyone tries to cut it, I will literally just sit here forever. I will not leave.
No, I'm with Grex on this, and Ecstasy of Gold has to be there.
I probably wouldn't put the Rumbar Pirates there, to be honest.
Nope. I cried the first time I saw that scene. It's
I wavered a bit. I can waver on that one, but it is very good.
Yeah, I'm pulling out the I cried card.
It has for me personally. My top 3 has to be the Rumbar Pirates final performance. Joseph defeats Cars, and Ecstasy of Gold. Like the Steely Dan beat down, but Ecstasy of Gold. I think
Yeah,
I think
Steely Dan's a great beatdown, but
is not as satisfying as the Cars finisher.
No, I mean, the Cars finisher is on another level.
And has the opening play.
Yeah, I mean, the Cars finisher is on a whole other level. He just blasts his ass out into space. They're fighting on a goddamn volcano.
So it looks like Colossal Titan Reveal is not making it.
No, I don't think so.
Looks like Hinata Confession is not making it.
Unfortunately, nah.
Yeah, there's a lot of great moments, but it's like,
and I feel like we've determined the best start JoJo moment is Cars and not Steely Dan.
Yeah, I mean, just between the music and the setting and everything that's going on there, it easily outstrips Steely Dan.
The sheer ridiculousness of it all.
The sheer amazingness of it all.
All right, so our top 3 is the Rumbar Pirates' final performance from One Piece, Joseph defeats Cars from Battle Tendency, and Ecstasy of Gold from Samurai Jack Season 5. So I'm going to make my case for Rumbar. Not only did I cry, but also this is the scene where Ian Sinclair just fucking kills it.
He does absolutely kill it, but I would normally agree with you, but Ecstasy of Gold.
Okay, I suggest each one of us give their, and then maybe we can go by vote or something.
Okay.
I'm honestly going to go with Ecstasy of Gold as well, because I feel like it was the most artistic, perfect like scene of the entire 2017. Like it was just executed perfectly.
Yeah.
This is maybe a little bit larger than just that moment, but if I'm remembering the episode correctly, the first half of that episode where that scene is in, or at least right next to, there is no dialogue. And it's still like entrancing as heck.
Yeah. I mean, the entire XT of Gold scene has no dialogue. It's just music.
Well,
in fact, there are no sound effects. It's all just music.
Yeah. I mean, the entire episode, I mean, what Jack does so well is that it can have an entire episode with 0 dialogue and still be so compelling that you can't take your eyes off the screen long enough to post about it.
It is. I agree with all that, but I'm sorry, guys. Joseph defeats Cars. It's just a really hype moment.
It is.
It's so fucking hype.
A scene.
He defeats the guy, but he's like, okay, this guy's clearly unbeatable. So what if I launched him into space out of a fucking volcano?
It's awesome.
Also, it was bullshit too. He pretty much got.
Also, Joseph didn't even do anything.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
he just
okay,
got lucky.
I made my vote.
Wins
Well,
by doing nothing.
I made my vote, so I think Seda needs to make a vote.
Yeah, I vote for Ecstasy of Gold.
It looks like the Rumbar Pirates is not going to be the winner, so I will. So, what's our? Because that was my vote. What was?
It's 3 to the Ecstasy of Gold, 1 Rumbar, 1 Cars.
Looks like it's got to be Ecstasy of Gold then, because I understand what everyone's saying. As a piece of actual art, that scene is the best in the year.
Yeah.
I'm not too upset because these are all amazing scenes. So.
Yeah, I mean, they all deserve, in a different year, Rumbar Pirates or, Cars getting beaten would easily win this thing. But, when Genji's on his game, you can't beat him.
All right.
I think he has there are good moments in that season and bad moments in that season, but there's something he can say. You can walk away and saying that scene alone is worth that whole season.
Yeah, I mean, that scene alone is probably going to win him another Oscar for, TV or whatever.
Emmy, you mean?
Emmy.
Emmy, right.
And an Oscar, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. They're going to give it to him anyway.
He's going to repackage the first 3 episodes as a movie. An Oscar. Fuck yeah. Anyway.
He probably could.
For Best Moment, the runners-up are the Rumbar Pirates' final performance from One Piece and Joseph Defeats Cars from Battle Tendency. And the winner is Ecstasy of Gold from Samurai Jack Season 5. All right, C. Kohler, play us into Worst Looking Show.
Wait, does this even have an intro?
Worst Looking Show. The nominees are all shows that premiered new episodes in 2017.
There you go.
Okay, I was wondering how that intro is going to work.
Frankly, I think we can just make a top 3 here.
Yeah.
It's Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super.
It's Naruto Shippuden.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Tokyo Ghoul.
No. Tokyo Ghoul, that last scene was literally a GIF. It was a GIF. If that doesn't propel it on...
talking more about, I think.
I think we're talking about how the character models look.
Yeah. But I think first off, we can lock in Shippuden and Kai. And
Super, those are Shippuden and Super are easy. Yeah. So we kind of have to pick a third, even though those two are clearly the worst.
Yeah, I mean, Super definitely suffered from no production time at all.
So it's clearly not Battle Tendency. It's clearly not Unicorn. It's clearly not Hunter x Hunter. It's definitely not One Piece. It's definitely not Sam Jack. It's not Attack on Titan. It's not Lupin the Third. It's not Stardust Crusaders. It's not Outlaw Star, and it can't be Iron Blooded Orphans.
Nope.
I would say Outlaw Star would be my maybe next, because even though
Outlaw Star still look. We haven't gotten to the point where it looks really bad.
I think Outlaw Star. We have to pick something to be third, and I think Outlaw Star is probably it, because it's
Outlaw. That feels like That feels like docking it because it's older.
No. I was about to say. Let me
it's
finish.
very much 90s.
No, not just say.
I'm defending its 90s aesthetic. That's what I like about it. But I do think that animation quality is poor on that show.
I do think it more freely goes from it's not as consistent as how do I put this? It's not as consistent as some of the more modern shows on here, but not because it isn't modern. It's just not as consistent. It'll have a good looking episode, and then the next episode is just a whole notch down, and then there are episodes where it goes from a good looking scene to a really poor looking scene. It's just not as consistent quality wise. So I think if we had to pick something to be third, it's the best option.
I agree.
I still say it never had a GIF.
Okay.
It never ran a GIF for 5 minutes.
Now, I was just about to say, if you don't think it's Outlaw Star, then you have to pick a substitute. What should be that third place?
Tokyo Ghoul is visually just. It's not. Technically, it's not even close to the worst. But aesthetic wise, fuck it.
It's horrible. Yeah. No, I mean
If Black Clover was on here, then I would say
Black.
Well, I mean, we technically can't pick Black Clover, even though it would be.
Black Clover is way more bland, but I actively hate looking at Tokyo Ghoul because I hate everything about that show.
I think the issue with Tokyo Ghoul, while it isn't the animation, for the most part, outside of that last 5 minutes of the last episode, which was a GIF, the major problem is like design-wise, it's boring. You know, it's a show about, you know, basically vampire zombies with, you know, superpowers, like superpowered appendages that come out their bodies, and it looks dull. You know, it doesn't look as cool as it should.
I like looking at Outlaw Star, even though the animation is sometimes not good. I still love looking at those backgrounds and such.
Yeah, I think the 90s aesthetic there definitely helps it, you know, sort of be more visually appealing, even though it's older. And the animation technically isn't always as good. It's sort of like Wind Waker in that way, in that it aged well.
Nobody's talking about Kai, though.
Kai is
Kai.
It could be.
Could it be the third here?
If someone
I
argued
actually want to say Kai because they have this really bad green filter. I think,
and they didn't do the bars, so it's wrong aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Kai.
Yeah, maybe that's a good compromise because
I think also very wavery in like its quality from one episode to the next.
I think we can agree on Kai.
It's not as technically as impressive as Tokyo Ghoul. It's not as aesthetically impressive as Outlaw Star.
Yes, it's sort of a mishmash between them with all of their worst aspects intact.
Dragon Ball just doesn't look good.
I do think Dragon Ball Buu Saga is overall probably the
it looks good in like its original format.
Saga, but you're right. Like the fact that the aspect ratio and the tinting is just kind of like you would almost say objectively wrong. That like when you're talking about visuals or anything that's like a lot of this has a subjective.
It's subjective, yeah.
But
like
the
if
that's
we
not
were
even the right aspect ratio and the tinting is just wrong is just that's almost like one of the few things you can say is objectively poorly done. So
right,
maybe we should just pick that to be third for that alone even.
So our top three for worst looking show are Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z Kai, and Naruto Shippuden. Oh look, hello there, Toei and Poro.
Yeah.
So I think Naruto Shippuden wins again.
No. Super. The set, especially that Frieza arc. Holy crap, that was horrible.
I just think Naruto Shippuden is maybe the least, even more than Tokyo Ghoul.
We are
looking at Shippuden.
We've won the lottery if Naruto Shippuden ever looks good. Like every other episode is garbage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even that scene, the scene with the pain fight scene, has crazy good animation, but they they should have chose a different animation style because it's so tonally weird.
No, I really think Dragon Ball Super should win this because the show had like 3 production. And it shows in like some episodes, especially in the Frieza arc.
I think the thing with Dragon Ball Super is people really remember those stupid faces that get posted everywhere.
It's not just those faces. It's, you know, like you can pick out individual scenes from that Frieza arc and they will be objectively bad. But that's not the fault of, you know, the studio. That's more the fault of the fact that they were basically told, go make this, you're on air next week.
I think Super is plain oatmeal. I think Shippuden is gruel.
I mean, we're picking between 2 terrible looking shows, so
I'm
don't have to think about it too hard. Pick either. It doesn't matter.
Someone flip a coin.
Let's just vote. I go Shippuden.
Super.
I'm going to say Shippuden.
Shippuden.
Super had
Shippuden wins.
Shippuden is like always bad all the time.
Okay.
I feel sorry
Shippuden
for
wins.
And like Tommy, they're like, oh, they're hating on Shippuden again.
No. It's Well, I mean,
I'm sorry.
Really good anime episodes.
This is Naruto
Shippuden's
house. This is where it lives.
Also,
is
they can get a hit and then put Boruto on, and we'll be happy.
Yeah, Boruto. I can't wait until we get Son of Boruto's dad.
Instead of Boruto, can we just get like, you know, something better?
Fairy Tale.
Yeah,
well, we have a category for that. We'll get to it.
So, for worst looking show,
can we get something that's like never been on the block besides Fairy Tale?
The runners-up are Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball Z Kai. Good job, Toei. The winner is Naruto Shippuden because Toei can never, ever beat Perot. Ever. All right, C. Kohler, bring us into Best Looking Show.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't ready. All right, here we go.
Jeez, I wonder what the nominations are going to be.
Best Looking Show. The nominees are all shows that premiered new episodes in 2017.
All right, so clearly Samurai Jack is on this list.
Yeah. Hunter.
Well, more
it's
than
gotta
Hunter
be
Hunter,
Battle
I think Unicorn is the other lock.
Yeah,
Because it's an
Unicorn was just
OVA.
gorgeous.
It's kind of cheating.
Okay. If we're talking about best looking show, we have to include like the actual visual and aesthetic like aspect to it.
No, naturally.
So I think one of the JoJo's be in the top 3, just based on like visuals.
So the JoJo that would be here aesthetic wise would be Battle Tendency. The problem is that that's still when they were in like motion comicville.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they made up for it at least with like style. The style really sold Battle Tendency.
I agree with you, but at the same time, you can't look at something like Hunter x Hunter and say it's not objectively better. You know, like
Hunter x Hunter is really good, but there are some moments where
it's almost like, you know, they've kept up a level of quality over, you know, we saw 52 episodes this year and they never dipped in quality, like ever. You know,
also, best looking show. We're talking about like the way it looks or the way it like moves, like animation, or
I think we got to consider both.
If it's going to be in the top 3.
Yeah,
I don't think
we got to consider both.
I don't think any of the JoJo's should be on there.
I don't think the JoJo.
They have the style, but not the technique. Or like
I think Battle Tendency is way too deficient in actual animation, and I think Stardust Crusaders is way better in animation, but doesn't have that flair.
Yeah, it doesn't have the JoJo style. Like, if you could mesh the two somehow, you'd have a top 3, but you don't.
If you could mesh the two, you would have part 4.
I mean, I think Stardust Crusaders has the style, but it's not as barren as it is in Battle Tendency or in part 4, where like
we had a similar conversation last. We had a similar conversation last year about this, and I think we kind of came to the conclusion that like we wish the show looked like the opening, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad it's not like the opening because it's CGI and I like CG, but it's like.
All right, I'm gonna cut some stuff that nobody's gonna argue with. One Piece. Piece,
Tokyo Ghoul, I guess.
Tokyo Ghoul. Nobody likes watching that show.
No.
Attack on Titan. Maybe.
I
won't cut. I won't cut Attack on Titan and Lupin yet. I am gonna cut Outlaw Star because, as said, the animation itself is not good enough, and then I'm gonna cut Iron Blood Orphans because. Do you like looking at Mars or space?
Orphans is like
it's a little too barren. Yeah, it's a little too barren. There's not enough style.
It's not impressive in any way.
Like, it's competent. It's very good, but it's not going to stick out.
And
so I think
it's subjective. So yeah,
I think Unicorn has to be on this list because almost cheating. It's a fucking OVA.
Yeah, and I mean, you can look at that first episode before everything goes to shit, and it's just, you know, in terms of visuals and sound, it's fan-fucking-tastic.
How many times on this podcast did we say, when we were talking about Unicorns, like, we hate this show, it's going to be one of the best-looking nominations?
Every week.
Yeah.
It's this is this show's category.
Yeah. Like, I think the only way it doesn't win is if Jack does.
Well, Jack is the obvious winner.
Yeah.
But I just put it into the top 3. I don't think. Is anybody really fighting against it for top 3?
Wait. Oh, repeat that again.
We put Samurai Jack in top 3. Do you agree?
Yes, Samurai Jack needs to be top 3.
Okay, now the Gundam, is that in the top?
Gundam Unicorn.
Unicorn. I'd say yes.
I think there's way too much support for Gundam Unicorn for it not to be in the top 3.
Yeah, it's just too gorgeous.
Not only that, but it's also like stylistically.
Oh yeah, definitely
unique, and I think that like I value that a lot. It doesn't look like every other anime.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
The one knock I have against it is the stupid fat faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's a choice. That's not a mistake. That's a choice.
No.
That's just me.
I mean,
That's just
we're all
you.
gonna have like different like opinions on what we consider to be most qualifying. Like some of us may lean towards better animation or better looking, better style, better aesthetic. I guess.
It's hard to say.
Just
I
the way
mean,
it's drawn.
like I said, we're trying to find a balance between I think our top 3 shows have to have a mix of all those things if possible.
And that's why I think the top 3 is Sam Jack, Unicorn, and Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter's especially good part is that it's so fucking consistent for being a long-ish shonen.
I'll go a step further and say that Hunter x Hunter always looks good, and then it has moments when it looks really good, like in those fight scenes where suddenly it looks amazing, but it never looks bad.
Yeah, like the Razor dodgeball fight. So.
Oh man, that was.
I want to say Attack on Titan season 2, but Attack on Titan has this really.
Do you enjoy CGI
palette,
horses?
Like brown and green. I mean, there's CGI technically in JoJo and some parts of but
I mean, it like there's CGI in everything at this point. It's just a matter of A, how noticeable it is, and B, is it bad? Does it not fit with the rest of the show?
So I think we have to cut Battle Tendency because of the complete dearth of actual animation.
Okay. Yes, we have to.
We have to, and I think we got to start as creators because it just doesn't look as.
It doesn't have the style.
I'm going to make a confession right now. I think all 3 of the JoJo series we've seen have style, but they have bad animation. And I know that that's kind of the point, that they're supposed to be stilted, but I just don't like the look of it. I think it could be animated better, frankly.
It doesn't truly put it all together until part 4 animation.
When we get to part 4, oh boy, watch out.
And even then, it kind of falls apart in the back half because of production stuff. Anyway.
But I won't fault it for being creative. It is creative.
No, like it's creative, it's got style. Oh, go on.
Nobody has mentioned anything about Lupin the Third yet.
I mean,
so that either means it's cut or it wins, and it's definitely not winning.
No,
it's not as
really
consistent as I would like it to be.
I really like the way they modernized the original style from the 70s.
Yeah.
I really like the line art too a lot. I don't know, like I can't think of a single animated scene in Lupin that just blows me away or like.
Yeah,
the first
think
episode looked really good, and first episodes usually look really good.
Yeah,
but I do think the show is like inconsistent. So
like I think it never gets one of those holy crap, that looks awesome moments.
Well, we had that recent episode where they're chasing the train, and that was pretty well animated the whole way through.
Also, that was no VH.
Right.
I think that was
Nyx versus like when it gets like this really sudden burst of Sakuga quality when Nyx fights this random.
I think those moments also look a bit too weird. Like it's suddenly
I like them.
Completely different style.
I think it's great.
I'll
say all of this though makes me think that this is definitely better than Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut that.
Sorry, Attack on Titan, but now I think we can definitively say that Hunter x Hunter is the third show.
Yeah, I think Lupin gets like a honorable mention for being that good. But in a year with Samurai Jack taking up the top spot, no matter what, something good has to be cut.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lupin.
This is so tough. I forgot how tough this is.
Yeah.
Our top 3 are Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, Hunter x Hunter, and the winner is Sam Jack because, come on.
Well, I mean, does anyone have an argument against it?
I mean, this is the last year, I guess, with Samurai Jack in it, so I'm just gonna throw it a bone.
I would make an argument against it, but I'm gonna lose this argument, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna say that I think Samurai Jack is very artistic, but it's also kind of played out a little, and I think that Hunter x Hunter I just enjoy more, but you guys definitely have more passion for Samurai Jack, and if you guys all vote to make it the best, then I'm gonna concede.
Those first 3 episodes are on another level from anything else that is ever shown on this block.
Yeah, and I think there's something to like really like about the minimalistic style.
Yeah, like
yeah, it's hard to knock it.
Yeah, like Jack has consistently good animation, and it also has probably the most well-defined style the arc has really ever seen. Like, it has a style, and it sticks to it through thick and thin, no matter what. It's never off style.
What about Seda?
I probably don't like Samurai Jack as much as like I didn't even watch Gundam, but I probably like Gundam more than Samurai Jack.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. But again, I think it's 3 against 2 here. So
I mean, that's an argument I'll listen to.
I just don't think
it's more. This is like purely, admittedly, preference. Like Samurai Jack has a very unique art style to the point where you can see a screenshot of it and you know exactly what it is. Like,
I also think Gundam and Hunter x Hunter look good. I think Samurai Jack is trying to do things storytelling-wise with its visuals that no other show is even trying.
Yeah,
I'm totally not against it winning, but I just think I probably wouldn't put it on my personal top, like my personal winner. But
I can see
like I
that.
said, it's admittedly just preference.
yeah, I'm going to concede, but let me say this, and this is going to be offensive to some of you guys. Samurai Jack looks like a cartoon. It doesn't look like great animation to me.
It never tries to be anything but.
They're all cartoons.
But I mean, like, it reminds me of what I would see on a Saturday morning. It's better than that, but it's still in that ballpark for me. That's how.
Well, I mean, that's sort of a little bit how it was conceived, as sort of like, because Gendy does have his history of sort of, the Saturday morning cartoon style.
But he takes it to another level, and I agree that like the editing, like it should win props just for editing alone.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we can say that it's closer than I thought, but Samurai Jack Season 5 is the winner.
Watcha!
The runners-up are Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn and Hunter x Hunter. C-Kohler, play us into Best Name.
Okay, here we go. Some great names.
Man.
Best Character Name. And the nominees are Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, Gene Starwind from Outlaw Star, Biscuit Kruger from Hunter x Hunter, Star Platinum from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Dan of Steel from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Stick Dinner from Hunter x Hunter, Jean-Pierre Polnareff from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Dr. Hogback from One Piece, Crollo Lucifer from Hunter x Hunter, Full Frontal from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, Forever from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, Yo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, and finally, Dune, spelled W-D-W-U-N-E, from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay, I'm immediately cutting Forever because fuck Forever.
Yeah, it's not even the best name there.
No, it's such a generic name. Like, well, it's based off the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Also, fuck that character.
Yeah, there's better Wu-Tang references to be made.
B-dubs, make a cut.
If Dan of Steel was actually called Steely Dan, it would stay, but it's not.
Well, you can cut it, but also Dan of Steel is the best name change they've made so far.
It is
on multiple levels.
It does, and it is, but it's still not
clearly
Steely
supposed
Dan.
to be Steely Dan, but also it makes him sound like Superman.
Yes.
but
it's also but it's also not Steely Dan.
Yeah,
and there's better there. Just looking at the list.
C-Kohler.
Okay, so this is hard. So I'm trying because I remember talking about this category and thinking, am I supposed to vote for the stupidest name or the best name?
Whichever one you think.
I guess I'm gonna have to waver back and forth because I kind of I lean more towards stupid names being better.
So Dune is gonna win for you.
I don't know, actually. Anyway, the one I would cut is Hogback. It's fine, but it's not super memorable.
I mean, it's descriptive, but
Seda.
Dio. Just cut
That's
it.
Fair.
No, it's all capitalized.
Yeah, this season it actually is. He's not Dio Brando anymore. He's just I-O all caps.
Yeah, like I think Dio Brando is better than just Dio, but whatever.
Bishop.
These are all like super anime names, so I guess Star Platinum because
That's
it's
fair.
not like the best stand name in Stardust.
They haven't even gotten to naming them after bands yet, so
yeah.
So I'm gonna cut Woodwoon.
Oh, that name is hilarious, though. Come on, man.
No,
That's got to
That needs to
stay.
be top 3.
No.
Yeah, that's got to be top
No.
3.
That name is amazing.
There are better stupid names.
There is no better stupid name.
There is a better stupid name, and it's called Full Frontal.
No,
there is a W in it. Because there's a silent W in that name.
All right. I'll drop it for now, and I'll cut Jean-Pierre Polnareff.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not Jean-Pierre Eiffel.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that would have been over.
B-dubs.
Shit. I love Joseph, but at the same time, I think there's better on this list.
It's a cool name.
It's a cool name, but it's not Gene Starwind.
It's just that Joseph goes better with Joestar than Jonathan. But otherwise...
Yeah. I think there's better names on this list, and something needs to be cut here.
Yeah, and the JoJo's names get weirder after this. So,
Seacoler.
Also, hang on. I would like to point out that Crollo Lucifer is misspelled on this list.
Yeah, you spelled it wrong.
Fuck that! No, it's
like you spelled it correctly. It's not supposed to be spelled correctly.
Like KRWY.
We'll get to that. Seacoler, make a cut.
All right, along the same lines of what he just said, Gene Starwind, it's Steve Jones. It's just tropey. That's it.
It is. I think it's the best of those tropey names, though.
I don't.
Yeah,
know
but
that
there's
it's top
way better names still.
It's not top 3, and there's better on this list. But I think in terms of tropey, protagonist names, it stands on top.
Hey, our main protagonist name is Gene Starwind, and he's an outlaw. What's the name of the show?
I'm totally fine with cutting it, though.
Seda.
Are we cutting? How many more do we have to cut? 2 more?
2.
Yeah. This is hard.
Okay, so then maybe we should actually go into blocking for top 3?
Yeah, I think we're at 5. That's fine.
So I
almost want to cut. I know we just decided not to cut, but like Full Frontal, it's almost just like it's not like Stick Dinner is like so bad it's good. Full Frontal is just like so bad it's bad.
No, Full Frontal is like it's so.
I mean, Full Frontal is just a joke name.
It's so easy to make fun of that name.
Is anyone but me gonna fight for Biscuit Kruger? Because I think Biscuit Kruger is a perfect name for that character because it's kind of simple, but you have one Biscuit. Maybe in some countries that literally means cookie, and she's an adorable little girl. And then Kruger, when she transforms into a huge hulking badass and smashes your face.
Yeah, it's a very descriptive name. Like once you understand the character as a whole, the name makes perfect sense.
I'd like it to be in top 3.
Although we also have Biscuit from I Am Blood Orphans.
He's not listed though.
His name was Biscuit Griffin, and he
wasn't in this season.
He did not appear in this year because he was dead.
No. If his name was Biscuit Gravy, that would be amazing, but it wasn't.
Cookie and Cream were in this season, or Cookie and something
Cracker.
So,
right.
I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily go immediately into the top 3, but I guess we're not cutting it.
I don't think yet.
I think we have to pick between Stick Dinner and Woodwoon. Because they're both the same kind of ridiculous thing. Only
it's
one
pronounced Dune.
Dune.
Yeah, it's a silent W. Who's ever heard of a silent W? And that's why I think we need to cut Stick Dinner. But also because even Gene was like, no, that name is stupid. I'm changing it. And then he went and literally changed his name.
So Stick Dinner does not hang.
No.
Also, I think Crollo Lucifer and Full Frontal are kind of in the same vein of, oh, come on, you can't name your villain that.
I think Crollo is...
Look,
and I think I think somebody's also knocked Full Frontal, so maybe
No, no. I'm gonna fight this. I'm sorry. Full Frontal
Frollo has to stay.
is giving me a year of of enjoyment. Every time that name was said, I laughed. It's just great.
Second coming of the comic.
Then maybe we
coming of Full Frontal.
Yeah, so I said it's kind of just dumb, but I think maybe we should keep it just because, like, Stick Dinner is just a side character you can forget about, but Full Frontal is like.
In that argument,
like, okay.
In that argument, I think I'd cut Dwoon before Crollo.
Yeah, I think Dwoon needs to go because, I mean, it's a crazy, stupid name, but it's there once.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's one episode.
And it doesn't even... Like, also,
like
Crollo Lucifer also accurately describes the character.
Yes. Like, if there was a most ridiculous names category, I think it would be Full Frontal and then Dwoon. And then, like, those would be the top two.
Full Frontal, Dune, Stick Dinner would be the top three in that.
How does his name have two silent W's?
I don't know. The parents in the Hunt hate their kids.
Sorry, two silent W's, but I'm afraid you got to be cut.
Like, getting named Gone because he's like, I'm gone.
Okay, maybe Gone wins.
And what also, like, he named himself Meeg? Because
no, we're not gonna.
No, we're not getting into that.
So I think Biscuit Kruger wins.
No, I'm gonna vote for Full Frontal because it's ironic. Your bad guy should not be called Full Frontal.
I'm going all in on Full Frontal.
I think I've changed my tune, and I think Full Frontal should win because it's like it's not even like it's not even like a noun. Like, Stick Dinner is a noun; it's a thing, kind of. But Full Frontal is like an adjective.
It's nudity.
Yeah, it's like what you say when you're talking about like what type of nudity is in this like show or porn or whatever.
What is he? Yeah, Full Frontal.
It's got.
Why they call you Full Frontal? Because I walk.
I think this year, instead of sort of the best actual name, which would probably be Crollo or Bisky, it's going to be the most ridiculous name, which is Full Frontal, and I agree with that.
So at this point, I just have to argue that you shouldn't pick the most ridiculous name. You should pick the best name. The name that Biscuit Kruger could only be called Biscuit Kruger.
That is true, but yes, you said.
I said, is it best or is it like whatever? And you said whatever.
Yeah, you said make your own decision.
Well, now I have to.
No, you can't change the rules just because you lost.
What makes it worse that there's actually a TV show called Full Frontal. You guys probably
I like that show, by the way.
Here, let me give you a better reason to pick Full Frontal. We didn't really talk about Bisky's name whenever it came up. We just sort of said, "Oh, it's Bisky. I like Bisky." But we never mentioned her name being special. We always talked about Full Frontal. Like, anytime he was named, we all chuckled.
Like, no, I think this is sort of why I was suggesting a couple of podcasts ago, like, are you sure we shouldn't have a best name and a most ridiculous name? Because, like,
that's too many categories.
I know, but I had a feeling it was going to come to this. Like, are we going to choose the best name or the most ridiculous name? And
all right, I guess I have to acquiesce on Full Frontal. Full fucking Frontal. What the fuck?
That's why he's winning.
You will.
It's probably one of the most memorable things of the show.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
you're going to remember. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to remember anything but Full Frontal and how good it looked.
Yeah,
and even Full Frontal is going to last longer.
Unicorn, you'll be like, oh, the one Full Frontal, yeah.
So for best name, our runners-up are Biscuit Kruger and Crollo Lucifer. And the winner is Full Frontal. C. Kohler, play us into Best Dressed.
Okie doke.
Best Dressed. And the nominees are Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendency. Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. Fujiko Mine from Lupin the Third Part 4. Avdol from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. Orga from Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans. Hit from Dragon Ball Super. Robin from One Piece. Biscuit Kruger from Hunter x Hunter. Lisa from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency. Finks from Hunter x Hunter. Rebecca Rossellini from Lupin the Third Part 4. Killua from Hunter x Hunter. And finally, Lupin from Lupin the Third Part 4.
All right, I'm immediately gonna cut Killua.
No,
Yeah, he doesn't.
He's got the.
He wears shorts and a t-shirt for most of the year.
My immediate reaction to this is that Lupin might get two finalists in the top 3 here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe the top 3 is just Jotaro, Fujiko, and Rebecca.
Wait, was Brooke in the last?
No, I'd go Joseph over Jotaro.
Jotaro. Okay, let's go back to cutting. I already cut Killua. B-dubs, make a cut.
It needs to be all the JoJo need to be.
It's hit. You can't tell if that's his skin or if he's actually wearing a coat. He gets cut.
Where does his hat start and his hair begin?
Exactly. You can't tell if he's naked or not.
I know that's part of
He
the
gets
point.
disqualified for that. His head is a penis.
Yeah.
Sequel.
Okay, before I pick, who was Finks?
Finks was the guy who like ran around snapping necks, and he basically just wore a tracksuit the entire time.
Oh yeah, cut him.
Talking about.
Well,
Which
he also wore a suit and tie when they were at the auction.
Yeah, but that's.
I mean, everyone did.
You can't be best dressed if you just wear a suit.
Unless it's a really good suit.
This is a standard suit. It has to be.
I still don't remember who Finks is. Is that bad?
He's the guy with like blonde hair.
We don't remember him.
Seda, make a cut.
Is Finks one of the Phantom Troop? Who is
Yes,
he?
Yeah.
Okay. I like anyway.
Finks didn't have a crazy special power, but he was really good at twisting people's heads around until they broke.
Did he die or something? I can't like literally.
No.
Okay.
No, he's still there.
Cut. I want to say Robin. Like,
yeah.
No, that's Robin's
Yeah, I'd back you up
Bark
on that.
outfit. No.
No.
Or Thriller Bark outfit, I guess, is what nominated this.
Oh yeah, no, that would be. But I mean, Robin doesn't go around changing her outfits as often until after the time skip.
One Piece, not like as a rule, but kind of. It seems that they have like arc outfits. So
yeah, I mean, from Thriller Bark on, they generally change outfits a little bit from arc to arc. But Robin especially will go through an arc and change clothes at some point.
Bishop, make a cut.
Okay. Rebecca?
No, I will fight you.
Yeah,
I can't remember any of her. Like, does she wear like a?
She wears like a different thing every episode.
Did she wear like a pink dress one or like a red dress?
It's hard to remember a single thing she wore.
Yeah,
other than
she wears.
They're all good.
She's very
that's
fast.
the thing.
Lots of scarves, lots of dresses.
She is a model.
Yeah, she literally is a model.
Yeah, she wears like shorts a lot too. She wears like shorts and short sleeve shirts when she goes out like doing robbing, like thieving stuff.
Damn it, Rebecca. Okay, Biscuit.
Yeah,
because I know it's a typical old like she's wearing a dress like proper.
Yeah, she's wearing the little girl really dress thing.
Lolita thing going on.
Yeah.
So.
It's like something you could see other characters wearing.
Yeah, she's a 60-year-old like buff ass woman who's dressed herself as a 12-year-old Lolita.
In a way.
Yeah, it is.
Like you're not going to see Biscuit wearing like I don't know, like a muscle shirt because he's a little girl.
Stretch pants.
So I'm gonna cut Lupin because he wears the same thing all the time, and it's not. It's
like classic and
it's very simplistic. It's a good simple classic character design, but it's not best dressed.
Zenigata should have been on here or Jigen.
Nah, nobody nominated.
I think Fujiko and Rebecca would be the.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make it to the top. I'm actually cutting Orga.
Yeah, it's
he's
nice
just wearing a suit.
It's a nice suit, but
it's a nice suit. But like, I'm surprised I didn't actually notice him before. Otherwise, he would have been my pick.
So we are literally down to JoJo versus Lupin.
Yeah, like JoJo characters have to be in the top 3. Like,
so one JoJo character has to be in the top 3. I think we can agree that Fujiko is in the top 3 guaranteed.
Yes.
The thing with Fujiko and Rebecca is that they're wearing different clothes so much that it's not as like iconic.
Right.
Like Lupin's suit is pretty much iconic, although it kind of changes color.
And I think now that you mention iconic, Jotaro is fucking iconic.
It's iconic, but it's not best dressed. I think Joseph has way more style than Jotaro.
I can't remember. He has more style, but I can't remember a damn one of his outfits.
What about the one he wore when he pulled out the,
like tank top he's wearing? Yeah.
And also, Joseph is intentionally designed to be as close to Jonathan as possible, so readers weren't like, "What? This isn't even the same series." Jotaro's outfit actually completely encapsulates all of his entire character.
He's just wearing. I mean, at the same time though, Joseph wears some bomb ass jackets. He's got good outfits. Like,
clearly, Avdol is not making it though.
No, he's not making it.
I was going to cut him.
On there, yeah.
Well, I really kind of voted for Joseph because of his tequila cross-dressing outfit.
that was good too, but he's also got the whole scarves thing going. He's got the scarves thing going on. He's got he's got the awesome jackets. Even as a grown-ass old man, he still looks pretty good.
Yeah. Lisa
is
has
Joseph our... Oh, also fucking Lisa, man.
Oh, man.
Maybe Lisa goes in from JoJo.
So we're just going to do... Yeah, no, she's right there. She's number 12.
I think I would go. I think I would go with Jotaro over Lisa, just because of he is an icon that other shows have copied.
I think so too. Like I'm not really a huge fan. Like,
I mean, if we're going Jotaro, iconic though.
Well, what I was arguing earlier is that none of Rebecca's or Mineko, what is that?
Fujiko's.
Mino. I can't say her name. I'm mixing up her first name.
Whatever, just say Fujiko.
But none of her outfits are like iconic because she never wears one long enough to be iconic. But there's so many good ones that they wear, both of them.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're going to make the iconic argument that we're going to pick Jotaro because of the iconic, then we kind of have to pick Lupin for the same reason.
No, Lupin's not. His outfit's not iconic.
It kind of is though.
Suit. It's just a blue suit.
It is iconic because it's the way people tell series apart. They tell, blue suit Lupin is one thing and red suit Lupin is another thing. It's iconic in that way, it defines an era.
If you just made a silhouette of the character of Jotaro and a silhouette of the character of Lupin, you immediately know who the fuck Jotaro is.
I
probably wouldn't realize that Lupin was Lupin.
I think you could say the same with Lupin.
I think you could.
He has a very distinctive shape.
No,
he has a very distinctive shape.
Yeah.
Shape.
Yes, but the same thing with Jotaro.
To say, I know a lot of people like the adage that you can tell if a character design is good if you can make a silhouette and recognize who it is, but I honestly don't really agree with that.
Yeah, it's not
people
really...
say that, but I don't really agree with that.
It's more about shape. If you're just talking about the silhouette.
Okay.
If you remove the clothes from the character, would you be able to tell who wore it?
Yeah. Okay. So let's get back on track then. So I'm going to say, I don't know, man. I'm kind of wavering on Fujiko I'm kind of wavering on Fujiko. I can't remember anything she wore. She wore dresses, right? I mean, what did she wear?
I do think Rebecca is stronger than Fujiko.
Yes.
Maybe we have this category be Jotaro, Joseph, and Rebecca.
I mean, if we're picking Jotaro because he's iconic, we have to pick Lupin for the same reason.
No, I just don't.
No, because I can only think of one other character who looks like Lupin, and that's the guy from Cowboy.
That's not the same thing though. Iconic is, can you tell this character just from the design, just from the clothes?
Okay, let me flip it then. He looks cooler. Jotaro looks cooler than Lupin.
But guys, I thought this was best dressed.
I mean that's an argument. But if we're gonna make the argument he's picked because he's if we're saying that yes, iconicness is enough to make it into the.
All right. Well, let's throw iconicness out then, and just talk about what's best dressed mean.
Yeah, like, is best dressed, sort of the best wardrobe, or
I mean, there are definitely we clearly have characters here who have a massive wardrobe, and then characters who have that one fucking outfit.
yeah.
So is Fujiko Mine not actually a top 3 get lock?
I mean,
I think
if we're
she was
talking,
a consideration, but
I mean,
if we had to like kick someone out and we had to decide between her and Rebecca, I think Rebecca
Lisa's
is
not making
stronger.
it clearly.
With those glasses and scarf combo, I think she really could.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's the thing. It's like this depends entirely on what we consider best dressed.
All right, we're gonna make it. Everyone's gonna say their top 3, and if any of these characters don't make it into any top 3, they're cut. All right, I'll go first. Jotaro, Rebecca, and Joseph.
All right. Joseph, Fujiko. No, Joseph, Rebecca, Lisa.
Oh, okay. I'll go next.
Well,
Joseph.
we've immediately failed because we literally have exact.
Should we just like each took our top 3, someone note it down, and like go with like how many gets?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Maybe just pick your top. Maybe pick your number 1, and then we'll go by that.
Okay. All right. My top, my number 1 is Jotaro.
You need to tell who else to go next.
Right. Rebecca.
I'm gonna say Rebecca. She has so many good outfits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rebecca.
I'm gonna go with Fujiko Mine.
So I guess our top 3 is Jotaro, Fujiko, and Rebecca.
And Rebecca wins, I think.
Yeah.
Based on that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Joseph nobody thinks he's the best dressed.
Yeah.
So I guess if we're all good with the top 3 of Jotaro, Fujiko, and Rebecca.
Yep, and Rebecca wins.
With it.
Yeah, if Rebecca wins, I'm all right.
I mean, clearly Rebecca was everyone's like number 1, so.
Rebecca.
Best.
I will say
we do
sometimes
have
overdoes it, but
we do have a best character category coming up, and she's in that too.
So for the category of best dressed, the runners-up are Jotaro Kujo from Stardust Crusaders, Fujiko Mine from Lupin the Third, and Rebecca. And the winner is Rebecca from Lupin the Third. All right, Seacoller, play us into best fight.
Best fight. And the nominees are the Straw Hats vs. Oars from One Piece, Jack vs. the Daughters of Aku Temple Fight from Samurai Jack Season 5, Gon vs. Genthru from Hunter x Hunter, Joseph vs. Cars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, Jack vs. the Daughters of Aku Snow Fight from Samurai Jack Season 5, Naruto vs. Pain from Naruto Shippuden, Goku vs. Hit from Dragon Ball Super, Gon vs. Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, Kurapika vs. Uvajin from Hunter x Hunter, Hinata vs. Pain from Naruto Shippuden, Joseph vs. Wamu from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, Dodgeball from Hunter x Hunter, and finally, the Zaldix vs. Krollo from Hunter x Hunter.
The Hunter x Hunter category. Anyway, I'm gonna cut Zoldix versus Krollo because I think
what?
No.
Come on, that was
definitely not top
hype.
3.
It is ultra hype, though. I think there's stuff you cut before that.
There are 3 better Hunter x Hunter fights in this list.
Well, if I can interject this here for a bit, it depends. Like, are we judging based on animation,
everything,
strategy,
everything.
all the above?
Yeah,
all the above.
Yeah.
Then, oh man.
Okay,
let's cut something else.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Hinata versus Pain.
Yeah, Hinata versus Pain is like more of a moment than a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
she's supposed to, it's supposed to be like a helpless situation where she's basically trying her all when she has no chance, but it's not really a fight. So it might win another category. We talked about the confession thing, which was a nominee somewhere else, but yeah, not for best fight.
B-dubs.
Okay. Shoot. Damn, you took Hinata versus Pain. I think Gon versus Hisoka it's a good fight, but at the same time, Hisoka's going so easy on him, it's not even funny.
Yeah, I kind of forgot most of the fight except for the punch because of other fights in Hunter x Hunter this year.
Yeah.
Seda.
I guess we should cut. So we have 2 Jacks versus daughters.
So basically, it's because the temple fight is basically he's on the run and he's reeling, and then the snow fight is basically he just wrecks them.
I mean, there are 2 different types of fights.
Yeah.
Like one is more of like a chase scene almost than a fight.
Then do you want to disqualify it because of that?
Well, I'm not necessarily disqualified, but if I had to pick one as the better one for this category, I would probably pick the snow fight.
I don't think both of them are making the top 3.
So I'm going to try. I'm going to cut the temple one. I don't want to call it a disqualification, but it's a really good scene, and we were actually talking about that earlier. It kind of matches. It's part of that same episode with the Ecstasy of Gold stuff, right?
Yeah.
But
the Ecstasy of Gold really is part of that fight.
It's not really a fight, so I think that's
why
Jack cut it. Do I make sense? Do you agree?
No, it makes sense. I think it's more.
Bishop, you're trying to say something?
Yeah, I can kind of understand why you want to cut it because Jack's not really fighting. He's trying to hide because he's outnumbered.
And he's getting wrecked.
I guess that's why it can be cut. And I'm kind of okay with it getting cut.
I mean, we already wasn't that the winner of our best scene?
Yeah,
so we already kind of have this best scene, and so.
Should this category be a Hunter x Hunter fight versus a battle tendency fight versus a Jack fight?
Well, I don't.
I think it comes down to that.
I don't need to compartmentalize things.
I do think like if a show has 2 really good or 3 really good winners, that we don't have to say like one is in the top 3 and the other ones can no longer
I just
be in
think
it.
that there's.
I do think it's not really a fight. So
okay. Anyway, who just made a cut? Oh,
I just cut the temple fight.
C. Kohler. Sorry, I skipped you.
I'm gonna go with Naruto versus Pain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
And here's my reason: is that I just don't like Pain as a villain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hype because you see Naruto finally be competent and awesome and stuff, but at the same time,
the ending of that fight was lame.
Yeah.
I kind of have to agree. I mean, I liked Pain. Keep emphasis on liked, but the fight kind of goes on a bit too long. It's like what 7 episode fight, 8 episode fight. So
that's how you get with long shonen.
So I'm kind of want to cut it too, because
So what else do you want to cut, Bishop?
I'm thinking about cutting Goku versus Hit. Because even though I really like that fight, I like the way it concluded.
It's just a Dragon Ball fight.
There were some parts where it looked, it's a Dragon Ball fight, and it's kind of okay.
Yeah. I also think it's kind of dumb where it's like I actually don't have a power level, but instead I improve my technique while we're fighting. It's like
I just decided to get better.
I got better. Like, wait, what?
That's another part too. Hit can skip through time somehow, and apparently Goku
he predicts it
faster. Or
I don't know.
It does feel.
It
does kind of feel like Bleach. It's kind of like 2-pronged. With Hit being like, I'm getting better, but not.
I mean that I can.
And then I can also skip through time or predict the predictions. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, like the Hit getting better thing, it makes a certain amount of sense, but how Goku counters him is completely stupid.
This is a lot of discussion for something we just cut.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cut. Oh boy. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
It's tough.
You know what you gotta cut.
I gotta cut Straw Hats versus Oars.
Yeah.
It's such
that was going to be my cut.
It's such a cool team fight, man, and some of those scenes where they just knock them down are so cool.
I mean, honestly, I would want to cut Dodgeball because that's not really a fight. If we're being technical, it's not really a fight.
It's a battle. It's a battle.
It's a battle, but I'm not. I'm not sure it counts though. That's sort of where I'm going with my next one. I'm not sure it counts as a fight. If only because it's technically they're playing a game, And yes, it's very hype, and like dudes are getting wrecked and stuff. But at the same time, you know, it's set up in such a way that they can actually compete with Razor without getting one shot. Because let's be real, he'd kill everyone but Bisky if he could.
I do want to say that if we're going to do that, is like, because there's a lot of JoJo fights on here that aren't really technically fights. They're more like challenges or battles or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. Like, this is obviously framed as a game of dodgeball. But then I guess you could say Joseph versus Whammu is framed as racing.
Well, they're still trying to hit each other with large things.
I think you can argue Joseph versus Whammu is more of a fight than dodgeball because, I mean, that one, the two of them are sort of evenly matched.
It's just a fight that takes place on chariots.
I think we're going down a rabbit hole here, but I disagree that dodgeball is not a fight. People died in dodgeball.
I don't think anyone actually died. Like, people got seriously injured, but at the same time,
got hit by a dodgeball and their head exploded.
But that's because Razor did it. He's like, the guy was arguing with him. He's like, "Oh, he killed him." And that's
right, yeah.
The guy revealed that it was a fake world, so Razor killed him.
Yeah,
but I'm not fighting for it. I'm just pointing out it's still a fight.
Right, but at the same time, so we're arguing like Razor, if they were in a proper fight, would have murdered everyone but Bisky. You know, like, I think dodgeball gets cut if only because it had to be structured that way in order to prevent everyone from just dying.
Okay. I mean, I think there's 3 better here than dodgeball.
Yeah, I think so too.
C-Kohler.
All right, so now we're down to the hard part. So I'm going to cut something somebody likes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with Zoldix versus Krollo.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what Grex picked at the very beginning?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. All right. I mean, I can see it at this point. Yeah. It's not going to make the top 3, but at the same time, it's also like, it's one of the fights on here where it's like everyone involved could kill each other at any moment.
Look, there are 2 better Hunter x Hunter fights on this list.
There are. I'm not going to fight for this one against the others.
Seda.
So we had to cut 2 more.
Mm-hmm. This is actually pretty fluid. These are all really close to me.
Yeah.
I guess Kurapika versus Uva again.
That's a damn good curb stomp fight.
Yeah. I think I know what my top 3 are.
Is there anyone we want to lock in? Because I kind of feel like Joseph versus Cars has to be on this list.
And Jack and the Snow fight, I think.
Jack versus the Daughters of Arku needs to be in the top 3.
Yeah, I kind of agree with both of those.
Okay. Anyone else?
I don't have a strong opinion.
Then I think we can say they're probably top 3 then.
Yeah, I think those 2 get locked in, and it's just a matter of which is the last one.
So
and I don't think Joseph versus Whammu can make it then.
I'm gonna make a case for. I want to make a case for Kurapika versus Uva. It was my recommendation on this list. You guys can override me, but that battle, that was one of the most like tense moments of the year, as far as like the way it was shot, the mood, the vibes from that fight. Like, they were both like, it was super dramatic.
I think I remember when it first aired. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Like, it felt like it had like a great level of build up, like very, very appropriate level of build up, that you actually felt like you were invested in it, like, strongly.
Yeah.
So
I like Gon versus Genthru more because
going crazy.
Genthru sucks,
not only is Genthru does suck, but he doesn't need to be an interesting villain to be a good enemy in a fight.
At the same time, though, Uvogin he was set up as this sort of unstoppable behemoth of a thing. Like, we couldn't pick, after he beat the Shadow Beast, it was like, who the hell's going to kick this guy's ass?
And then Kurapika waltzes in and is just like,
curb stuff. Yeah, he uses him to test his abilities out on.
Yeah, and it's a great showcase of like Uvagin's abilities too, and how he's like a powerhouse, but Kurapika shows that power is not the only way to win a fight.
Yeah.
I think that was also a part of it. It wasn't just like a beam struggle.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a curb stop, but
it wasn't just that Kurapika was stronger. It was that he was smarter.
Definitely.
It also had amazing animation. Like I think the animation in the Uvogin fight was better than the Genthru fight.
Yeah, I would pick the Uvogin fight over the Genthru fight for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the most memorable part of the Genthru fight is Gon losing his hand or both hands.
It's when he what was it? He
I think the most memorable part is when he gets hit in the throat and he's just like, "Now rock."
Yeah.
I think that like the most like interesting part of that fight is when he like sacrifices his arm because like it's not what Genthru expected. Like he expected him to use whatever they call it to protect himself, but he didn't, so he could get like a kick in.
Yeah.
So
the thing about the Uvogin fight I also like too is that Kurapika, it shows this dark side of his character where he's like he's a protagonist in the show.
Murderer.
But he's gonna flat out murder these people, and he's even like there's a moment I didn't put it in the clip from earlier, but he was saying like, how can you do this? How can you go around killing people so needlessly? And then he just has to turn around and do the same thing.
So what wins?
It has to be
Should we
Goddess
vote?
of Aku fight.
No, no.
I might actually argue with that one. Yeah, I might go with Snow Fight too.
No. Joseph versus Cars is so absurd and ridiculous and awesome.
It is.
It is.
But at the same time, Joseph doesn't win his own fight. The volcano wins it for him.
That's JoJo for you.
Yeah, technically, he's the one who held up. What was it? The Stone of Aja. He's technically he caught.
That's right.
Technically, something tells him to do that. Yeah.
Also, piranhas chewing through a plane.
Also,
so run away!
So tough.
Joseph versus Cars gets every single point of what you would love about battle tendency inside it.
Okay, I'm fine with whatever you guys vote on because this is all really good choices.
So I vote for Joseph versus Cars.
I'm gonna stick with
rock, paper, scissors.
I'm gonna stick with Snow Fight. I think it does the same thing that Joseph vs. Cars does, except with Jack. It sort of combines all the different things that we loved that Jack did in the previous seasons and brought it back into this one fight.
I'm gonna vote for Uvogin, so somebody's gonna have to tiebreak this thing.
Zeta, what do you think?
So wait, do we have one vote for each?
Yeah, Zeta, what's
so
your
far.
vote?
Well, I haven't voted, but I'm just gonna go whatever you guys.
Right, we have 3 votes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I said I wanted to cut the Uvogin fight earlier, but now I'm like wondering if it should win because
yeah,
of the argument made by C. Kohler. And Bishop, I do think
what
like the things that make it stand up better for me is like the Daughters of Aku. Most of them aren't even like characters; they're just like
most of them are
random, faceless, nameless. They are nameless. Most of them just ninja people. And like I think like this Uvogin Kurapika fight, like more than just the fight itself, like I know Uvogin obviously doesn't, compared to other people in the Phantom Troop, he dies too early to have like as much established. But he's still like pretty well established as a character with a very set personality and type and style and things like that. And his English dub voice is basically a perfect matching voice you'd expect for him. Mm-hmm. At least I haven't heard him in Japanese, but it seems like it's a really good match. I just think like those sorts of things, and the fact that it wasn't like our main characters, I think kind of boosted up. So I think I'm going to pick that as my vote.
Bishop, if you had to pick any of these as your number one, which would it be?
Okay, I just want to get
right now we have one vote for Joseph versus Cars, one vote for Jack versus Daughters, and 2 votes for Kurapika versus Uvogin.
Okay, Joseph versus Cars has like so many exciting moments in it, from the airplane with the piranhas and the volcano and Joseph losing his hand and the whole volcano thing and him knocking cars into space. Jack versus the Daughters of Aku is a brilliant usage of like white backgrounds and snow to like blend them in, and just the part where the daughters literally almost combine and start attacking Jack, and Jack just starts throwing them around. He actually starts killing them. Like
they basically all die eventually.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of movement in that scene too.
So do you want to vote for that?
Threw one of them off a cliff. And Kurapika versus Uvo again, just amazing animation. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, crap.
If you vote for the Jack one, then we need like
if you
voted for Joseph to change their vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he goes for anyone but Uvogen, one of us is going to have to change our vote.
So
just pick your preferred one. Doesn't matter what else we did.
Oh man. Okay, I really want to go. I really want to stick to my guns. I really want to stick with Jack versus Daughters of Aku.
Okay.
All right. So that means there's 2 for Jack, there's 2 for Kurapika versus Uvogen, and I'm the only one who's going with Joseph.
So I guess that now it's between those two.
So I lost my first choice, but I do get to be Kingmaker.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
And I'm between these two. I will probably go
versus Tails.
Oh man.
Flip a coin.
I'm gonna go Kurapika versus Uvogen.
That's fair.
Okay.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Get it.
No takesy backsies.
No takebacks. Kurapika versus Uvogen is our
ones yet? We're not through the hardest ones.
I don't know. Kurapika versus Uvogen is our best fight of the year. The runners-up are Joseph versus Cars and Jack versus the Daughters of Aku, Snow Fight. All right, last category before the break. C. Kohler, play in Best Villain or Villain Group.
Best Villain or Villain Group. And the nominees are the Phantom Troop from Hunter x Hunter, Dan of Steel from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, Rainer from Attack on Titan, the Pillar Men from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendency, Pain from Naruto Shippuden, Cars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendency, Crollo Lucifer from Hunter x Hunter, Gecko Moria from One Piece, Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter, Scaramouche from Samurai Jack, Zenigata from Lupin the Third Part 4, Sasuke from Naruto Shippuden, Aku from Samurai Jack, Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders, and finally, the Daughters of Aku from Samurai Jack.
All right. My first cut is Sasuke.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Bye-bye.
B-dubs. There's other fluff on this list you can easily cut.
Yeah. Pain.
Yep. Pain
he undercuts
sucks.
himself completely.
The Naruto villains first.
He's a 10-year-old's idea of what an amazing villain looks like.
I was just about to say that.
Yes.
C. Kohler.
Rainer.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
No, that's
he's not even really a villain. He's like he's literally insane. So yeah.
Yeah, he's just a crazy asshole.
Yeah.
Seda.
Zenigata? Not really
Super
a villain.
duper not a villain. He's an antagonist, but not a villain.
Yeah.
He's barely
I
an
love him,
antagonist even. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a fantastic character, but
Dio, because he's not in. He's barely in.
He's not in the show yet. Not in the show yet.
He's not there. He's a shadow.
But next year, he will also proceed to not really be in the show much. But when he is in the show, finally, oh man, there's some good villainy.
He might just win next year. I don't know.
I mean, not next year, but the year after, maybe.
Oh yeah, he can't. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He can't win next year because certain so. So yeah.
Well, Dio has to win. No, Dio already won.
Yeah.
Did he? Oh.
Anyway, I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut Aku. No, wait. Before I cut Aku, I'm gonna cut the Daughters of Aku because, yeah.
Yeah, they're not really. Yeah, but You can't cut out.
They're not around
Bro.
most.
He's everything I love in a villain.
Vita.
Man. He practically just like, I don't care about this. Not me.
Gecko Moria.
Mm-hmm.
I like him,
Damn it,
but
that's who I was gonna cut.
Yeah, he's basically like Aku as he is right now, lazy, but he's not as memorable or just like exciting. So.
C. Kohler.
I guess I'm gonna go with Scaramouche. He was a fun character, but he's not really a great villain.
He was actively in the show too much. They should have spent time on things other than Scaramouche after he died the first time.
I think if they wanted to spend the time they did on him, they needed another 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Because when you look back and be like, so he was in like total overall screen time, like at least half of an entire episode of this season.
Yeah, and he's no way top 3. So
no,
I mean he had a memorable scene, you know, the whole penis thing, you know. No, it's not.
Seda.
Okay, how many more do we have to cut? 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Dan of Steel, because he's just kind of a side, like 2-episode villain. Like he's a perfect type of villain. Like you'd love to hate him, but
outside of that, he's
like relegated to 2 episodes or whatever. So
can we say the Phantom Troop is absolutely in the top 3?
Yeah,
as a whole.
Yes.
Well, I don't think no one's gonna cut them.
Yeah,
and since we're putting Phantom Troop in the top 3, we're cutting Krollo.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'd make the same argument for Pillarmen and Cars, because Pillarmen I think belong in the top 3, and so we cut Cars because alone he's not that great, but with his hype team, collectively they're amazing. Yes, the other Pillarmen are Cars' hype team, which leaves us Hisoka versus Aku.
And between those two, Hisoka still hasn't like actively opposed the heroes enough.
Yeah, I mean he's just a creepy pedophile.
I think Aku, did not have anywhere near his best material this season.
But while he didn't, he still pulled like the ultimate dick move on Jack.
I do want to say that Hisoka technically is a part of the Phantom Troop, so
this is true for a lot of, but for a lot of the last year, for half of the last year, he was Phantom Troop.
He pretended to be part of the Phantom Troop, but he absolutely was not part of the Phantom Troop.
Right.
But we can still cut Hisoka because he's still too. I mean, he's a bad dude. He's a bad guy. But as
he's a pedophile clown, but
he's not such an antagonist. Like he spent most of this year in Hunter x Hunter helping.
He's not. Yeah, he's not really evil. Like, yeah, he's more like
he's a pedophile clown that likes to fight strong guys.
Sure, fight, quote unquote.
So our top 3: the Phantom Troop, the Pillarmen, and Aku. And I think the Phantom Troop wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Phantom Troop wins for me because the Pillarmen are fun enemies, but they're kind of generic-y. Aku is a fun villain, but the Phantom Troop is the only villain group of people who are villains that you actually care about.
Well, I want to say...
I mean... And they're not just like evil to be evil. I mean, they kind of are, but like they really are just trying to make money.
I mean, the Pillarmen aren't really... But they are well developed. At least I would say Wham is well developed, and AC/DC has some decent characterization. But Cars is like he's kind of like I want to become the ultimate being.
And then AC/DC's there, and he's a weirdo, and then he dies.
Yeah, I will say that if it wasn't just season 5 Aku, and we had to go with all seasons Aku, that he should obviously win, but. Because it's just season 5
then,
Aku.
I think it will be a tough fight.
It would be a tough fight with the Phantom Troop, but I'd have to give it to him. But because it's only season 5 Aku, and he's only had one really big dick move over a hit, and we have to exclude his long history of dick moves, which involves pretending to be a woman and having Jack fall in love with him. We have to give it to the Phantom Troop.
Yep. The Phantom
It's
Troop
like
is the reason why this category now also allows you to vote for a group.
Yes.
Hunter x Hunter is going to own this category next year.
Oh no!
Oh my god! It's going to be only Hunter x Hunter characters.
Part 4 next year, well then maybe, hopefully we get part 4, but the guy doesn't show up until 2019.
I don't think we get part 4 next year because, like, I don't think part 3 ends next year.
Anyway,
yeah, it is next
part
year.
3 ends next year.
Right, part 3 does. We still have like 50 whatever weeks left. There's no show that'll last that long except almost Black Clover because we just started it.
Part 3 only has just barely
and
over
Hunter.
half the year left.
Okay.
Basically, besides the endless ones. So we have like what, 30 something, 20 something.
The runners-up for
20-something.
best villain or villain group are the Pillarmen from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Battle Tendency, Aku from Samurai Jack Season 5, and the winner is the Phantom Troop from Hunter x Hunter. And with that, it's break time.
All right.
So do we want to like just let this room stay up, or do we want to? You want me to make a new room?
You definitely need to stop the recording, though.
Okay, I'm going to stop the broadcast right here.